And welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, my co-host, Wes Cook. What's shaking, baby?
Eagles fly on the road to victory.
Yeah, whatever.
I did that for our guest that's here today.
Oh, I know you did.
Yeah.
I know you did.
I know he's super excited about it.
Very excited. Glad to be back.
Yeah, we got Big Job Bob back. And we're going to cover some NFL draft stuff today.
We are.
I mean, the draft just completed just a little bit ago here. So let's dig into it a little bit. Of course, welcome back, Bob.
Thank you.
Most importantly, I'm glad to have you here, man.
Hide the fireball.
No fireball. No fireball today.
I don't know, man. I felt like that episode was pretty solid.
It's funny. It's a good listen.
It is.
It might be the best listen, right? I mean,
It's a good listen.
I loved it. I mean, did we get hammered by the end of it? Absolutely. But it made a very enjoyable podcast, in my opinion.
It's the episode I've listened to the most.
I did listen to that one twice, so yeah, that's fair.
Because I mean, it's a good listen. It makes me laugh every time I hear it.
You can just see how drunk we do. It's just like from here, and it goes. Whew.
Thank God we didn't have video for that one.
We progressively got slower and sluggier.
And they were like, yeah, you know, what happened? All right, so you want to start at the top? I mean, we see the Bears, of course, go with Caleb Williams. It was basically predetermined from the get-go, right?
Yeah. I can't. You could not have fell into a better situation as a quarterback.
That's why I'm so concerned about Caleb Williams being the guy there, because he has red flag after red flag after red flag about him. His personality, weird. Super weird, dude.
It is.
He just, and we saw him in college when he lost. I mean, he lost what? It was the 5th regular season game, and he's crying to his mom in the stands. It's like, is that the guy I want leading my program? Like, dude, you've sucked all year.
I hadn't been the biggest Caleb Williams supporter.
I have
know
not.
that. You know that.
No, we've talked about it.
But what I will say, like, and very rarely do I come in somebody's defense that they don't really like, but his defense was atrocious. I mean, they're losing games 45-42.
Sure. I mean, is he putting up points? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm more concerned about and it's going to be hard for the Bears offense to be bad.
It's going to be real hard.
Is this guy a leader?
Real hard.
You know, when you're coming in, is he going to take control of that huddle? With Keenan Allen, with these other men in their huddle that done it before and everything.
Man.
Could you, like, Bob played college football. If that was your quarterback, like, and you got in a huddle with him.
You got some questions. I got some questions, man.
Like, are you trusting everything? Like, what does his motivational speech, like, really do for you?
Yeah, and he's in a situation with all these vets. They're going to expect him to take the reins and come in there and, like, you know, be a leader. So
they have to give a little, though. They have to let him take the reins.
Well, you
a
have
little.
to. You
A
have
little.
To, yeah, of course. Why not?
I mean, they
he's
can't
the quarterback
just
in the team. He touches the ball more than anybody else.
You
imagine the center.
Imagine that. You imagine that dude with, like, Steve Smith as one of his veterans.
And I think in today's age, he kind of blends in more. I think 10 years ago, I don't know if he's going number one because of those questions. They're going to really look into, you know, who he is, what he does, what color his fingernails. And,
yeah.
You know, stuff that don't necessarily are relevant to football.
What color a phone case is.
Exactly.
I feel like some of that stuff, though, is just, it would bother me as an owner or a GM and saying, I've got guys that aren't Cam Newton, basically.
The physical tools are there.
Sure.
They're there.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from who he is as a quarterback.
He needs to develop a little bit more mental toughness.
Is he going to be a leader that, let's say, a DJ Moore or a Keenan Allen listens to in the huddle?
Needs.
It's going to be tough, man.
Well, all you could hope is that the mature vets around him are able to kind of propel him. Pull him forward.
Quit being weird, dude. Straighten up.
Get me
Like
the
this,
ball.
we ain't playing around. We're working today.
These guys are ready to win.
You haven't earned the right
yeah.
to be weird yet.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Man, like I say, he's got the tools. Like, I've never seen a rookie quarterback fall into a better offensive situation as far as weapons and stuff are concerned.
He has the weapons. He doesn't have the protection.
The protection's a little
That's gonna suck because you saw Justin Fields had a lot of issues last year with protection.
Yeah, but Caleb is a better off-schedule guy than probably Justin Fields was.
Justin Fields can put his head down and run.
Yes.
After one quick two reads. Yeah, they think that Caleb Williams has that brain that
Yeah.
they thought Bryce Young
Yeah.
had last year coming in as the number one overall.
Fair.
And he was undisputed.
I haven't really heard this assessment of him, but okay.
It's just the off-schedule stuff. The not just the quick
Well, when
three-step
shit breaks
drop
down,
fire.
what do? You know, that's
He's
what
not
makes
Justin
a
Fields though
quarterback
when it comes to
today.
that. I mean, he is only what, 6 foot,
I think they measure him 6'1".
6'1",
And that's
maybe.
that's how
6'1",
Russell Wilson did it
214.
in the beginning of his career. If you look at like Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
early on, he had to make things happen, get out of the pocket,
Yeah.
make some plays with his legs, and Williams is going to be asked to do the same kind of thing.
He's going to have to do some of the same things. That was like kind of the weird spot for me when they drafted like Rome at 9. I'm like, you could have got you another offensive lineman. Even if you draft a tackle, you can put him at guard for a little bit to help him. But no, they went full-fledged. We're going to throw burner out
They're
there.
giving him the keys. Let it ride. Son.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift ain't nothing to call.
No,
for
he
either.
no, he's not.
I
no,
mean,
he's not.
he's got weapons all over the place.
Have you ever
But
seen
the
a
thing
rookie
is,
quarterback fall into this many
No.
weapons?
No.
Great skills positions.
Look at Drake. Look at Drake May's weapons,
Three.
and look at Caleb Williams' weapons.
Well, we talked about this last week. We said the Patriots should have traded back
They
and
should've.
just eat the season that's going to suck.
Yep.
It's going to be bad anyway. Yeah.
Right. And then, sell out for a guy that's a free agent next year.
I mean, I don't
Sorry,
think.
Bobby's your guy, but it's
No.
or we thought Penix was going to fall to the top of the second, and holy
Yeah.
shit, that blew up. We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
But wow, I feel like New England could have done so much better than taking Drake May, and it's an awful situation for Drake May. Drake
It is.
May, same thing with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels went to a shitty ass situation, and I don't know if it's going to get better anytime soon. And this guy is my favorite quarterback in the draft, and now I gotta hate him.
That just comes with territory, Wes. You know that.
Well, yeah.
Not rooting for anyone. Where's the
Dude,
Brian
well, we
Yellow.
kind of knew the top 4. We knew that was where it was going. We thought that the Chargers were going to go wide receiver because they really need one,
Mm-hmm.
and no, they went completely opposite. They probably got the best tackle in the draft.
Well, yeah, he was rated the top tackle. Has all the intangibles. I
Yeah.
mean, he was above. I don't know. Latham's good too, so I don't want to take that away from him.
No, I'm not taking anything away from any of
But
those
Alt
guys.
is kind of like that guy. They see him as like a Lane Johnson type. This
Sign
guy's
me up
gonna
for
be-
10 years of this guy protecting your QB.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He's here for the long haul.
Right.
I've anchored that position. We're good.
But it's I don't know.
I mean, every year you see that these quarterbacks get picked in the first top 10 picks. They're going to bad teams, and like you said, Williams is coming to a pretty good situation.
Pretty good
weapons-wise,
situation.
compared to Drake May.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Jay
pretty sure
Daniels.
Malik Neighbors is not very happy.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is not happy.
Well, no, he'll be happy for half a year.
he's probably the odds
Till-
in favor of being
till
the
Call of
rookie
Duty
of the year.
comes
And then
out.
Call of Duty comes out, and then his numbers are going to drop drastically. Like, I feel like if Marvin was there at 5, Chargers would have snatched him in a heartbeat.
I don't know. Harbaugh didn't build Michigan from the outside in. He built it from the inside out.
Yeah, but
These
they've
big
got
guys
no
playing power
wide
ball.
receivers.
True.
None.
That's why the Keenan Allen move is so weird.
I mean, you let Mike Williams go. You let him walk.
maybe Allen,
And
Keenan
then you
Allen's
trade
just-
Keenan Allen
Yeah.
Maybe
for
Keenan
a
Allen
fourth round
says,
pick
hey,
too.
I
I'm
wanna
like,
get outta
man,
here.
why didn't they call the Eagles or something? pick up that for a 4th rounder. Shit, here you go.
All day long.
80
Give me-
catches.
I got-
100
I don't
yards.
know
I
what
get 2-3 more years of Keenan Allen. Hell yeah. Let's
I don't
go.
know what team would have said no to that.
Yeah, they probably could have got more if they really wanted to.
Like they could have
A
pushed the
third.
issue.
Yeah, I would probably give it. As an Eagles fan, I would be like, "Oh, you gave up a 3rd for Keenan Allen? Hell yeah, let's go!"
He's going to be out. That's our 3rd option.
Right?
That's our 3rd option. Hey, I'm in. Sign me up.
Exactly. And he's the second.
Even if we get
option here in
him for
Chicago.
2 years, I'm good with
It's
it.
paying for itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, but other than the Penix move,
That I mean,
man, Bob and I talked about it a little bit while you were away, and the more I think about the move, the more I like it.
huh?
Yeah,
I disagree with Steve, but
No
listen,
fucking way.
hear me out. Just hear me out, okay?
Oh man, I'm gonna finish my beer to this one.
Atlanta is built with Kirk Cousins to compete for divisions and drafting in the 20s
Okay,
for the next couple of years. Correct? Would you not agree?
for 4 years at least. Yeah.
Okay. They had a quarterback that they liked fall in their lap at 8.
He's 24.
Okay, so he'll be 26 when he starts.
28. Can you? And math is hard, Steve.
Kurt's not going to be there in 3 years.
What?
Not going to be there. He's not going to be a Falcon in 3 years.
there's 45 million reasons why.
Yes,
he will be
exactly.
there.
You're
No,
full
no,
of shit.
no. He's going to get his 100 million over the next 2 years. It's front end loaded.
No, sir. No,
he
you give Kirk Cousins a fucking weapon.
He's got weapons.
He's got weapons. I think they got to protect
No,
him.
but
He's
here
got
you can give him
weapons.
another weapon. You can protect him. You have so many options. I mean, Adunze goes right after that.
Listen,
You could have taken Rome. You could have gone out and got Olu Fashanu or whatever
Let
that
me-
dude from Penn State
There's
is.
2 tackles that went in
Yeah.
the next 4 picks.
listen.
exactly.
Let me finish that. What I'm saying is,
Mm.
they actually put Penix in a great situation. He doesn't have to start. He has no pressure on him.
This
He
coming
gets-
from the Green Bay guy.
I know, right? I know.
Well, no, for Penix's sake, yeah, it definitely makes sense for him. It's great. He gets to
For
learn over-
Penix, he's stoked. He's like, man, I'm about to be. I get to.
He gets
be
to,
the-
he gets
the
to learn
easiest
behind
job.
a very seasoned veteran.
But that pick doesn't make the Falcons better this year.
No.
And when you got guys that are
No,
ready
it
to
does.
spend
No,
win,
it
that
doesn't.
kind of
it-
money
no,
on-
I don't disagree that it doesn't make them better this year. They're not terrible. They were a quarterback away from running roughshod through the NFC South last year.
it was weak. That division definitely.
It's weak as hell.
It's still weak.
It's still weak.
Man, I don't know.
Atlanta's going to win that division if Kirk Cousins is healthy. Atlanta wins that division by 3 or 4 games, easy.
Unless the offensive coordinator's a dildo.
Dude, that's what
That's what happened last year. Well, actually, between him and Arthur Smith.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
whew.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
awful.
Speaking of which,
Awful.
Arthur Smith is and he didn't he get hired by Chicago?
that would be hilarious. But
No, but-
I think that's where he is now as their offensive coordinator.
Well, the traits that make you a good offensive coordinator don't exactly translate to making you a great head coach.
No,
There's
but
plenty of guys
but
who are
it's the
just more
same.
suited.
But it's your
Steelers.
offensive. It's your offensive style.
Steelers,
It's your,
sir. He went to the
oh,
Steelers.
well, fuck, even worse.
Just what they wanted.
yeah, right.
Yeah, they went from shit to shit.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying, like, yes, they could have gotten something better. But what I'm looking at is they got a quarterback for their future that they like fall in their lap instead of 2 years from now sitting in the 20s drafting thinking, damn, I got to move up to get to the guy I want. You know? And he can sit there and learn for 2 years.
They would have
I'm
been
a big fan of a rookie
They-
sitting.
but they would have
I'm a big fan of it. You know that.
They're
but
playing
we're
the long
talking
game.
but we're let's
They're
put it
playing.
this way.
You're correct. That's what I feel. They're playing the long game right now.
But the
They
the
can
guy
win
should
now.
Here's the thing: when it becomes Penix's turn, and he's up to bat and to be the starter, he's going to be 28. That's when you should be hitting the prime as your quarterback.
Right.
He,
this guy's
he ain't
just
going to
gonna
be
get his
28,
first
bro.
Yeah.
at that age.
He's going to be
He's gonna get his-
26. Cousins is out of there in 2 years.
Yeah, I'm going based on the contract. Cousins ain't there, man.
Dude, they got it doesn't
I-
matter. They got
Cousins
Penix
will
for
be
5
there.
years on the cheap. It doesn't matter.
And that is the advantage to get him in the first round because you have that.
They
team
got it. They
option
got
for
that
the fifth year.
fifth
You get
year
the fifth
option.
year
They got him
option.
on the cheap. And I'm like,
They may
it
really must have
sounds
been expect-
terrible. It sounds like a terrible move. And yes, could they have
They
used other
reached.
pieces? Yes.
They still reached.
They reached and they must have
If-
loved him. They must say this guy.
They
in
had to
3 years.
absolutely love him because Bo Nix went after him. And
I
Bo
would've-
Nix was the higher rated quarterback.
I would have took Penix over Nix. Come on, bro. I've been riding the Penix train.
I know.
I would have took him over Nix.
He laid an egg in the national title game.
Medicals are scary. I don't know. And again, I don't know if I trust Bo Nix, a guy that has to play 60 college football games to get his
Dude.
stock that high. That seems, I don't know, a little scary.
Dude, it's better than the dude that plays 12 games.
I don't like either.
I will tell you, we could talk about Penix, and we know that was the weirdest part of this draft.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when he came off to the team he went to and as high as he went to, it did not make a lick of sense, especially for what needed to be put around him.
I didn't like it. And you and I were texting when it happened. I even said, that's a crazy pick. I told you that.
Yeah.
But the more I thought about it, if you like a guy, if there's a quarterback out there that you like and you can get him without having to make any moves, you're not losing draft capital. You're not losing future picks. You're not losing anything.
But you're losing this first round pick this year.
You're not going to get production from a
You're
first
not.
round.
Yeah, he's going to serve no purpose on the field for, you've said, at least 2 years. That's a bad first round pick. When you take a guy in the first round, you're saying this guy will start tomorrow.
Agree.
Buddy, I am from Green Bay land.
Yeah, that's why
I
just
understand
stay there.
taking quarterbacks in
Stay
first
there.
round and
Stay
not
there.
them not playing. I've seen it. And from
Stay
what
there.
I've seen, it seemed to work out. I mean, it has. Yes or no?
Was it the number 8 pick in the draft?
It was not.
Either of the times.
It was not. It was
what,
not.
32?
No, it was,
33? Where
I
was
think
24?
22nd and 24th, I
Yeah.
believe, or somewhere in that range. And they moved up like 1 pick or 2 picks to get Jordan Love.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's
But
like,
they got the guy they wanted.
And they
It's
must have, they
just
had to have him higher than
so-
J.J. McCarthy
Yeah.
and Bo Nix because they went after. But I agree with Wes. I think I want a guy that day one.
No,
one
I'm
of the
not- I'm
early
not-
top 10
especially
pick,
when you
I
can
want him to
take a
play.
division over next or tomorrow.
Okay.
By
Let me
making
ask you
a
this
good
question.
Pick for an investment that's going to work out right now.
No, let me ask you this question. Because Bob and I already had this conversation. Are you starting Drake May?
Absolutely not. We're going to lose all year.
Number 3.
I don't want Drake May to start this year.
Number 3.
That's why you brought in Jacoby Brissett to lose or to win 4 or 5 games, and so I could pick in the top 10 next year.
Number 3. It's
It
the
still
it's
doesn't- but
it's the
you-
same pseudo situation.
But
Drake
it's
and
not.
Drake
No,
May
it's
and
not.
New
No.
England
How
has
much did
shit.
they pay Jacoby Brissett?
Right, and Atlanta is closer to winning that division than New England is even dreaming.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, I get that.
New
but
England's
at the
nowhere
same
near
time,
close winning that division.
like the idea. I love the idea of setting rookies down for a year or two.
No, there's
I have
nothing
no
wrong with that.
problem with
We've
that.
talked about that before.
Right.
I
That's
don't think
perfectly
it's-
fine. But we're also talking about like getting those guys a lot later in the draft. That's the thing.
Atlanta's
Atlanta-
still going to win this division.
Okay, if Atlanta wanted this guy so fucking bad, trade back and then grab
He wasn't going
all
to be
that-
there.
He
At
wasn't
the
going to be
at the
there.
pace they were going, he wasn't going to be there.
I would have waited until J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix were off and then gone.
I agreed. You could have got some,
Dude,
something back.
Penix
back
was
a
not
little
on
bit.
anybody else's radar.
Minnesota was taking a quarterback.
And they were going to take Penix?
Minnesota was taking a quarterback.
They were going to take Penix.
Denver's taking a quarterback. Raiders are taking a quarterback.
The Raiders did take a quarterback because they couldn't.
They couldn't.
But
That's the whole point.
trade back to 12. Trade back to 13. if the Raiders want a quarterback so badly,
They'll move back up to get him.
they'll move up to get him, and then
Yeah, but here's the thing.
you're sitting at
Moving-
13.
When has moving up for a quarterback ever worked?
It
Well, that's
doesn't
what-
work.
is that what
we
Mich-
talked about this last week? It doesn't
It
work.
doesn't work. Why are the Raiders going to move? I don't understand the Brock Bowers pick,
That's stupid after you took a tight end last year.
but yeah, but Bowers is 10 times better than Myers or Mayers or whatever
Mayer.
his name. Yeah,
Right. They're thinking Bowers is your new Kelsey, new.
yeah, he is.
He will be.
tight
He
end.
will.
Yeah, oh no, I guarantee. If as long as he avoids injury, like
Right.
serious injuries, he's gonna be that. He's the next generation tight end for
He's
sure.
he's the next it guy
him,
tight end for the next 10 years.
Hawkinson,
It's
him,
Laporta.
Hawkinson, and Laporta.
It's
That's the guy I
Laporta,
can think of.
him, and
yeah.
Hawkinson for the next 10 years.
Yeah, there's your
That's your guys.
3 core guys. Yeah, for sure. The tight end.
Well, then he's worth the pick at.
I'm not
13.
mad. I don't think that one's crazy. It's just it's a little out there because you did take Mayer last year, and it's like,
Right.
And you're not really sure
You're
who's
the-
going to be your quarterback.
and you're the Raiders. You got a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I think the Raiders, if they probably missed out on their quarterback, they weren't willing to move or pay the
They got
price
the
to
best.
move.
They got the next best offensive weapon at that.
That
point.
guy's
sorry.
probably as close to an automatic starter as there is in this
Yeah.
first round, right?
No,
I
I'm
mean,
with you.
that
I'm with you
guy's-
100%.
But when like Byron Murphy's there for the taking, you have Dallas Turner there for the taking.
You have any defensive player you want. No defensive players have been picked at that
Yes.
point.
Yeah, you could
Exactly.
took whoever you wanted.
Right.
Whoever you wanted.
I mean, I don't really think they need an edge rusher because you already got one in
Yeah.
Max Crosby.
And- yeah, you got
So
Crosby.
if Crosby's there, you don't have to worry about any of that mess. But I mean, if you want to, stop the run, you got guys like the Byron Murphy that's there for it, and he's there for the taking, and you could have shored that kind of shit up.
Yeah, but in that division, you're not worried about the run. That's what you're looking
Not
at.
as
What's
much.
around in
Well,
your
yeah,
division.
now that Eckler's gone,
Eckler's
you
gone.
got Pacheco is the.
You
Kansas
got
City, and then-
Javonte Williams in Denver.
Yeah, you're not worried about.
You're not
Denver
worried
anyway.
about the run.
Ain't nobody
You're worried about
Denver.
You're worried about-
outscoring Mahomes and
Yeah.
outscoring the
Yeah,
Chiefs. Is what
it's
you're worried about.
it's the Chiefs' offense that you're worried about.
You're trying to play big boy.
I mean, you
football,
still
score
got
some points.
4 other games in that division that you got to worry about. I get it, but I'm thinking I forget Eckler's in Washington now,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah, I kind of forget that Eckler's there. So
we all will forget he's there. I promise.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, you got Eckler,
Me
you
and
got
Bob will
Scary
play him twice a
Terry,
year, so it's okay.
you got Eckler, you got Scary Terry, you got well, I know Curtis Samuel's left.
They got
didn't
some
he?
weapons.
Curtis
Kingsbury's
Samuels.
calling plays over there now.
But
right?
no. I mean, it's not a bad. They have solid weapons.
Yeah.
Especially bringing in a guy like Eckler. I mean, he's definitely going to change the dynamic of that offense.
Not really. Their offensive line is shit.
That's where I was getting to. Is their offensive line is awful. Sam Howell got hit
Destroyed.
more than any
Right.
other quarterback in the league last year, and it was by more than 10 hits.
Yeah, he got destroyed. last
By
year.
the second guy had 10 less hits than Sam Howell did. That's a ridiculous number, and
So now you're hoping that Jaden Daniels can move a little bit, get out of the way. Of
That
some of
makes
those.
sense.
Oh no, well he can
But Sam
absolutely
Howell-
move a
Sam-
little more. But
Sam
Sam Howell's
Howell's
not terrible.
No,
He
he's
wasn't.
a good athlete.
I mean, but you're talking about. I mean, the true comparison with Jaden Daniels is Lamar Jackson, and that makes sense.
Somewhere between Lamar and Robert
but-
Griffin, I think.
But the thing is, Baltimore has a decent O line. Washington's O line is awful. I don't think he'll even be, especially as a rookie quarterback, he's not going to have the wherewithal to be like tuck and run.
Right.
The NFL
Unless
moves 10
he's gonna
times
be-
faster
he's-
than college.
Huh?
That's it. The NFL moves 10 times faster in
Exactly.
college. It's going
Because
to
it's
take
the
him a
best
minute.
of the best of college.
And
It's going to be
there's-
for Jaden Daniels. It's going to be one read gone.
Lamar stepped
That's
into a
it's going to be
situation-
Lamar style. That's what's going to
But no,
happen.
Yeah.
Lamar went to a team. He was 32nd pick or something like that. He went to
Yeah.
a good team. I mean, this Washington is not the cover
No.
little bear Neil
No.
I mean, their defense is piss poor too. So
Well, I mean, they
they-
traded away all their good players on defense.
He'll
Yeah.
probably start, but I mean, I don't know. That division doesn't look like
No, he's
they
definitely
gotta go through
starting.
Dallas and Philly in that division, so that's going to be a learning
It's going to
year, whether or
still
not-
be that way. I mean, look, what are they going to do at quarterback? Are they going to roll Daniel Jones out next year?
Yeah, they're rolling him.
I mean, yeah,
Johnson.
imagine
They didn't
you
make
had-
any kind of move to change it.
Right.
No, they
They
haven't.
did. They did go get weapons. They did try to make some changes in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, Malik Neighbors is a solid pickup. I get it.
Malik Neighbors might be the best wide receiver he's ever had.
Yeah, day one.
Yeah, definitely.
You're right. Because, I mean,
No,
I
he
mean,
doesn't
Sterling
have-
Shepard ain't been it.
no.
No,
I mean,
he
but
hasn't had too many
he has
targets.
been it. He has been the best wide receiver he's had.
Darren Waller's only good for like 8 games.
Right. I mean, Steve Slayton. So.
Oh, yeah.
Come
Ooh.
on, these guys are number one. So they're
Ooh.
not drawing coverages from your defense. And hopefully
Yeah, no, he ain't pulled. Yeah.
neighbors.
We're not drawing up a game plan against these guys.
No, no.
No.
No, it's Saquon Barkley is what we were doing.
Right.
We're going to try to stop
And
him.
now you lost
and we're
him.
gonna
Good
get
luck.
yeah, and now you don't even have Saquon. So what are they doing at running back?
I don't even know who their running back is.
The Giants are going to be the worst team in this division next year.
Giants drafting first next year?
Yeah, I'm about to say
Yeah.
they're setting themselves up for a top 3 pick next year.
I
aren't
think
they?
so. I think that's where they're headed.
I don't know who's going to be worse.
And just kind of throw Daniel Jones out there. We paid you. We messed up.
Yeah,
Let-
this was a
let him
bad
run.
decision.
This is a bad decision.
Do they play the long game and just hold on to Daniels for a couple of years for that guaranteed money to go away and keep stockpiling shit around him?
They have 2 more years left on that before it gets really
Yeah.
a little bit more
I think it's
acceptable.
I
to
think
let
it's
him
2
go.
more years and then they can dump him.
But I mean, let's say they do end up with a top 3 pick next year.
Who's there?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but
I mean,
I
I've
think
got
they would go
nothing right
quarterback.
offhand.
Top quarterback in
Carson
college.
Beck?
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers?
You love,
Quinn
Ewers.
Ewers,
Ewers
yeah.
is it. I mean, do you want Beck as your quarterback?
No, I'm just saying, like, yes, I picked on Beck a little bit, but he still played well.
He's not going to say it, is he? I'm
Nah.
pushing the button.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not
Come
doing
on,
it.
buddy.
I'm not doing it.
on.
I'm just saying, like, it was just
Dude,
looks.
you know what
His
I should have
play
done
was
is put it on the
fantastic.
soundboard. I just be like, boom.
No,
And then he's like, Carson Beck
no.
looks like he's missing a few chromosomes.
See, you said it. I didn't even
I
have
did
to.
not. I put it in air quotes.
Whatever.
That is a Steve quote, not me.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm just saying, it's him. It's Quinn Ewers. Who else?
there's going to be someone that's going to come along. and-
There's people out there. There's people. I'm trying to think.
Well, someone to come up too. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things. All right, let's
Oh, the kid from Alabama.
see a junior this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's still
coming-
there.
He's coming back.
He's
Okay.
coming back.
Wes, go ahead. I know you're pumped about your draft. Go ahead, talk about it.
I've been steering clear of it, Bob.
No,
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say it, dude. Those son of a bitches lucked into like their first 2 picks. Like, what
Like
the
'em
fuck?
both. No, great picks. I like them both.
I'm a huge fan. I was all
Yeah,
about Cooper like being there at 22.
Me too. Me too.
And I was like, oh man, that's gonna be a solid pick. I'll be happy with Cooper. Then.
Dude, you guys
I'll be
didn't-
great.
you guys
And
didn't
then
take
I
him.
did tell you I was super mad because Chop got picked first, and he's a Penn State guy. So I'm like, oh, dude, it's just a guy that immediately can replace Hassan Reddick,
Went right before, yeah.
and went right
No,
before. It's just
last
like,
week,
oh.
Bob, him and I both were like, dude, if Chop is there for either one of our teams, that's a great first round pick.
They
Yes.
probably would have picked him, right? I mean, if he was there next pick, I would.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then we both were talking about Cooper. And like, hey, dude, I'll take him too. I'm good with
Yeah.
that either way. I'm good with that.
It's
And
always
dude,
nice
no.
when the draft board kind of like lays out where your team needs are there and the best available player is your team need. You get the guy you want.
I
it
gotta
looks
tell you,
good.
dude, it is weird. It's happened 2 years in a row now. And I'm like, what the?
Well, dude, it was all those offensive guys. It was the offense. Like,
I mean, it turned the whole draft around.
yeah.
That's the thing. You didn't expect this. When I saw you look at the Jets and they went O-line, it's like, they I get it. It makes sense. But you had an opportunity. Or,
Do you think the
I mean, even really like the Bears going with another wide receiver, I was like, they got 2 solid wide receivers. Roll out another guy to run the slot and see what happens.
Right.
You
Did-
know?
do you
or get
really
a guy in the
think-
second or third round? There's a lot of wide receivers in this draft that are going to be decent NFL players.
do you really think that the Colts thought Latu was going to be there at 15?
Oh no,
No.
probably not.
No.
No. Not at all.
I mean, why do you think Dallas? Why
Do you think Minnesota
the-
thought Dallas Turner was going to be there at 17?
No, that's why they traded up and got him.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, Minnesota traded up twice in this round. or in the first round.
I'm cool with going to get the guy you like. Hopefully, you don't have to give up too much along the way. It's nicer when the pick does fall.
I mean, I
to
think
you.
this is why you see teams that normally shouldn't be scouting a guy are scouting him.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Right.
I was like, you look at like the Eagles or the Cowboys or the Packers. You know, all three of the teams we like. Should they be scouting Brock Bowers?
Hell
No.
yeah.
No reason for it. He's not going to be there.
He ain't going to
He's not-
be there,
he's not
but
gonna
you
be
still
there.
bring him in and look
But
at him.
then you think about it.
You still
and
bring him
then
in.
What if a draft falls like this? And you're like,
This
Say
guy's
Brock
not
Bowers
succeeding.
is still sitting there at
I
18.
can make a trade up to 13 right now from 22 and get a tight end.
Get a
like Brock
generational
Bowers.
tight end.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, huh. And
You always bring 'em in.
Because I always talk shit about why we even look at that ain't happening. And then it's like, well, you can trade up. And now you're seeing the way this first round went. I mean, I'm shocked the Eagles didn't make a move up and go get like a Dallas Turner, you know, or a Latu. I mean, really, why not?
Yeah,
There's
they
opportunities
could've-
there, and
it
you
was
just,
there.
and you just traded away Hassan Reddick. You need another like big time edge rusher. They're gonna rely on Nolan Smith to be that guy, and I didn't see enough of it last year. Granted, rookie year,
Yeah, but you
didn't
got
get a whole lot of time on the field. I'll give him a shot this year and see how it goes.
You guys went 1 for 2. with
Yeah,
your
you
first round
guys
pick
got
last
somebody
year.
later on
Yeah.
that's solid. Where is it? You guys got a solid linebacker.
Well, we got a legacy pick today.
Oh, I like the legacy pick.
Big fan
I
of the
love the
legacy.
legacy pick.
Can't go wrong when your last name's Trotter.
No.
With the Eagles.
Yeah. You just need Dawkins Jr. and you'd be good.
Yeah, God knows. I think he's like 3 years away though. That would be awesome though.
Dude,
I don't know if
it'll
that-
happen.
It would. I just doubt his kid's gonna have the same personality as Brian did.
Brian did
God.
not care.
Brian Dawkins is playing linebacker now. He's not playing safety anymore.
No,
He
Dude,
Yes.
he's
Yeah,
he's
you're
that
absolutely
hybrid
right.
that you and I were talking about earlier.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what he
Guys
is.
like Dawkins.
But the
John
thing
Lynch.
is, though, he would still be Hall of Fame.
Dude, he crushed.
You gotta figure
Crushed.
guys like
He
that in
wanted
draft.
to eat your soul.
Yeah, he did it all while not cussing. I don't know how he did it, but
I don't
he's
know how he did it
impressive,
either.
Man. If you ever heard of him, he's like, "We gonna beat these dogs up today, boys," and you're like,
What?
he ain't gonna kick somebody's ass.
Yeah, that's.
You're like, "We gonna whoop some butt. Let's go." And you're like, "I'm still fucking pumped. I'm still like, yo, let's go." Brian Dawkins got me jacked. I am hyped.
Yeah.
And he's talking about kicking butt and everything I would do like in 4th grade. And I'm like, all right, then, let's go. I mean, I'll kick some butt today. Why not? Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go kick some butt today.
Let's kick some butt. Fuck ass. Let's go.
And what's sad is he laid dudes out.
Oh, he would murder dudes.
Oof.
Straight murder 'em.
He was the perfect safety for that time in the game.
Oh,
Guys
God.
like him who
Yeah.
could
Yes.
play center field, but at the
Yes.
same time coming to the box, lay the wood.
Yeah.
Our secondary was stupid good then. Oh, I miss
Well, your
guys like
secondary
Leno
getting ready to be
Shepherd and
stupid
Sheldon
good
Brown.
again.
Oh. I'm hoping for a resurgence here. That would be awesome. But yeah, you look. We've got 4 corners. They're gonna be fucking lights out
You could put one on the block during the
Bradbury-
season.
See you, Bradbury. Sorry,
You're going to
buddy.
put one
You
on
got-
the block in the season. You're going to get something back for him.
He was burnt toast last year, but he was also in a bad system. So
What do you think about the Chiefs moving up to get Worthy?
that was a weird move, but they need a wide receiver, so it's cool. I thought they would move up higher, especially for like the compensation they gave up for that one. I felt okay. Maybe they should go a little higher. Like
I felt they could have
Like,
probably
where
stayed pat
Jackson-
and got him.
that's a possibility, but when you have like a guy like Brian Thomas Jr. that the Jags jumped up for, I would have probably gone that route.
So
You
two-
think somebody
I
moved?
also think instead of Xavier, I would have gone with the other Xavier, and I would have gone for Leggett from South Carolina.
Yeah, he went a couple picks later. 2
Yeah.
wideouts went right after that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I mean, obviously they thought Worthy was their man. They like his.
Well, when you
He's
look,
fast, bro.
yeah, but he's also
Speed.
he's quick, and like Xavier Leggett's 6'1", 221. Guy's a lot bigger. I like that type of wide receiver. I mean, look at AJ Brown, of course.
Right,
But I like
they
T-
like
I
that
like
Tyreek
I
Hill
like
type receiver.
yeah, but
is
I
what they're
like
looking
I mean,
I
that's
like
why they
Theo.
traded for Hollywood Brown.
Right.
Right.
But see, you already got Hollywood Brown.
Right.
So
now you
I'm
already got your
thinking,
two
like,
burners. What are you doing?
Yeah, let me throw somebody out here. Well, I mean,
Well, what they did is they put two burners on the outside, and now they're going
What did I
to eat you
send
up
you
with
today?
Travis Kelce.
what did I
over the
send you
middle.
today? They had Xavier Worthy could run this fast. in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
40.
yeah. And
They
then
had-
it was Worthy runs a 4.21, Brown runs a 4.27, and then
Rashee
Rice
Rice.
runs 117 miles an hour. That was a good one. That was a good one because
Good timing. Good timing.
But
What a dumbass.
yeah, but here's the sad part. He's going to play this year.
Oh, he's gonna play.
He's going to play.
They
mean,
need
what-
Whiteout
They're going to
help.
delay that thing all the way out. He'll play.
You saw plenty of times last year where the Chiefs, where Mahomes kind of was frustrated because beyond Kelsey, these guys
They don't
weren't-
have anything. And then Rice started emerging towards the
Yes,
end of
he
the
did.
season.
Yeah, he had a go-to guy.
And then now they've got Rice is a proven legitimate weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Marquise Brown's a legitimate proven weapon.
legitimate 10 games a year, number 2 receiver.
Well, dude, he weighs like 170 pounds for a wide receiver. So
No, they needed help at wideout. It makes sense to pick.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, let's get back to the Eagles draft. I was having fun.
Oh,
yeah. You get the number one rated corner at 22. Hey, you're doing something right. Doing something right. Maybe
No,
the
I was
football
hoping-
maybe the football gods are looking down on Philly right now.
I don't know how
That's-
that shit
they're
happens.
like,
You guys
y'all-
are so fucking lucky.
We screwed y'all last year. At the end of the year, what looked like could be Super Bowl run turned into nothing. So we're gonna grant you Quinion Mitchell, the top rated corner, and then and arguably the number 2 rated corner in the next round.
You had arguably the number 1 rated, like between it was them two, and that was it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
was them
I'm a
two.
big fan. I'm happy.
No,
Dude,
that's
I
nice.
thought when you guys took Mitchell, I was like, oh yeah, I was licking my chops. I told you that's who I wanted. I wanted Cooper.
Yeah.
And then like they went like offensive
Yeah, let's
tackle,
talk
and I'm
about
like,
Green Bay's pick. That's a. I
it,
mean,
it was
it's
a
not
slight
bad.
head
It's not a-
scratcher, but it was a good pick.
It's not a bad pick. I mean, because what you're doing is you think you have the quarterback of the long-term future for Green Bay right
We
now.
do.
Invest in him. Invest in that
That's
line
what you
and
do. You get them
protection.
weapons or you protect them. Absolutely.
Well, dude,
Definitely
they
protect
drafted.
him.
I believe they drafted another tackle and a center later on in the draft.
They did, yeah.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
the first
they're-
round
And
they
more
drafted.
depth to
making
that O
moves.
line. They're doing things right. I mean, and also still another year goes by and Green Bay has not taken a wide receiver in the first round.
Not gonna do it.
They don't need it. They've got a good young core right now.
So
Come
you're-
on, it is fun. It is fun to say it.
Yeah, you want to draft the line.
It's
I mean, at the same time, Dallas drafts another O lineman, and I think it was a great move. They
They're getting older on the line, so it makes sense. I get it.
get a guy, you have a guy that you can plug in at tackle or guard.
Immediately.
well, you didn't have it. There's no running
starting
back.
day
There's
one.
no running back that was rated that high that you'd taken there.
I'm not taking running back anyway. That's the perfect move. They've had a boring off season. That these were the
There's-
positions they had to.
You're not,
Kinda
you're
plug
not,
in.
you know, you're not drafting a running back in this draft.
There was
in the
no
first
there was no
round.
running back there.
No, there's
None.
no generational talent.
There was
And-
no
at that
running back to
position.
be had there.
No
Yeah.
Bijan like the Falcons. Oh, that's 2 years in a row now. The Falcons kind of reached a little bit, right? I mean, if you think Bijan,
Bijan was a weird pick for
Dude,
him
man, they
last
took-
year.
Look at their last couple first round picks. It was Pitts, and then London, and then Bijan, and
Which
then
we've all said are weapons for Kirk Cousins,
huge weapons.
but they've been
Kyle Pitts is
underutilized.
going to have his best statistical year this year.
They've been underutilized like crazy.
Well, fuck, dude. You got Desmond Ritter throwing you the ball.
Well, I mean, they knew what they were getting into last year.
Yeah, they were they were going to the top 10 draft pick. That's what they were going into.
and at the same time, like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, these guys got to perform this year now. I mean, I think Kyle Pitts is coming up on his option, right? He's
Yeah, he's coming into his option, but at the same time, he hasn't had shit throwing him the ball. Doesn't have shit.
There's no excuse for not throwing to your tight end. That's like the bread and butter, easy passes. And,
Especially when you got a guy that talented.
and you would think that a guy like Ritter, a young dude, would rely on those short passes. And
No, man.
they started using Bijan a little bit at the end of the season.
No, Ritter liked short passes.
Huh? They
he
did? Really? I don't think they did.
No, you're right. They went up and down with him. There was games where he sat on
He
the
still
sideline.
had like 900 yards rushing. For a rookie, that's not terrible.
No, you
I
know what
you
it's
wanted-
you know what
you
it's
wanted
terrible.
More. I wanted more.
You
from
wanted
him.
like 1,500
You know
for
yes.
a rookie.
I needed everything because honestly, that's
He wanted
why
Adrian Peterson rookie
I took
numbers.
well, no shit. But I took him in the first round of the fantasy football draft
Same here.
for a reason.
Yeah.
He was gonna be the only offense,
You thought this guy was going to touch the ball 300 times, and
and you're like, what happened?
and Cordell Patterson was out carrying. You're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, and you're like, I mean, you just looked at his carries. Some game, like,
That's
there
Arthur,
was,
this
there
Arthur
was one
Smith.
game. There was one game he had 4 carries, and you're like, what the fuck?
How's that possible? Well, what are we doing? Again, first round pick. We want
What? And he's Bijan literally could be the most talented guy on that roster. Period.
right.
Well,
Above
just
London,
as versatile-
above Pitts. Like he
No, 'cause
probably
he's
is the
so-
most
he's-
talented guy
he's
because he's
fuck-
versatile.
Yeah, he's so versatile. He catches the ball out of the backfield. I mean, he's a yak
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
all day. And the thing is even he breaks tackles like a motherfucker. He's huge.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, outside of the height, he's kind of like Derrick Henry-esque in what
I'd
he
pick
does.
him in the first round again this year, right? Late first round, I'd pick him again. I would. Come on. What, is it going to get worse in year 2? I don't know.
Nah, bro. I'd probably take him. I would take him in
And
the
the
first
first
round.
I hope
round.
I'm not in a situation that I have to. Let's put it that way.
Come on, bro. It could have been me. I had Austin
Okay,
Eckler
let's-
fall to me at 6,
All right, let's say
and I took him,
you're taking-
and then he sucked.
you're picking 10 out of 12-man draft, right?
And Bijan's there. I'm taking him.
Bijan and Saquon are there. Who you taking?
I'm taking Bijan. I'm not taking Saquon anymore.
Well, you wouldn't. Why would you?
Yeah, I would.
I
take
don't.
Bijan.
I understand that.
Man.
I do understand that.
I'm not taking Saquon.
All right, but let's say
Honestly, that's a coin
in
toss.
In Bob's case, let's say Josh Jacobs or Bijan Robinson.
Bijan.
Okay.
I've seen the best Josh Jacobs season, and I don't know if you're going to get a second Josh Jacobs season like that.
Okay.
Bijan's-
Green Bay utilizes running backs like better than anybody.
They do.
So that's why I wanted to pose it. I wanted to see. But
I still want the
you,
upside.
Steve, yeah, it's got to be between Saquon or Bijan. Let's say at number 10, number 11. in 12-man draft.
This is how I'm going to address this. Okay. I passed on Aaron Jones for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Listen, man, you
That's
were
what
pissed
I
off
did.
about that.
That's what I did.
Gibbs was that guy at the end of the year, but
No, he did.
yeah,
Dude, when Montgomery went out and they saw what he could do, they realized, oh, shit, we got to give this kid the ball more. When Montgomery missed those 3 or 4 games in the middle of the season,
Right.
and he was their number 1 option, it was like,
he was that guy. no doubt.
dude, he looked the part.
Right, and that's all you want with a first round.
But if it's Bijan or Josh Jacobs, God damn it.
I'm still going a younger guy.
I'm probably going to go Bijan because I hate homer picks. You know I do.
Got to go homer sometimes.
No, I do go homers every now and then, but every time I do, it usually bites me in the ass. I had the down Aaron Rodgers year where he went for like 26 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I would take that in my starting quarterback for real all day long, but in fantasy, that's shit.
I'm taking CD Lamb before Bijan this year again. I would do that again too.
Of course you would, because who else are you throwing the ball to?
Yep.
That's 115 catches.
Who else? Who's
You
carrying
know-
the ball?
you know-
You got Mighty Mouse carrying the ball.
You know what I might do? Whoever Dallas has as their running back at the end of training camp might be my starting running back because that dude's going to see 20 carries because Deuce Vaughn ain't seeing it.
I'm not worried about it. I mean,
He ain't seeing
What?
it.
You're not worried about running back?
no, I'm not. Not if the
You
team
think Deuce
built around
Vaughn's
him.
going to be the workhorse?
Dude,
No,
you don't even. Here's
if
the
Deuce
thing.
Vaughn runs for 400 yards, and you got Rico Dowdell running for 600 yards.
Dude, here's the thing. With your current running back situation in
Right.
Dallas,
Right.
you don't have to stack the box.
That's fine.
You only got to put 6 in the box, and you're stopping Deuce Vaughn.
There's only a few teams where you really have to stack the box anyway. Well, okay, look at the way the Chiefs are built. The Chiefs are built where it doesn't matter who's the running back. You know what I mean? They're throwing the ball. They're getting the ball downfield.
Yeah, but
and-
Pacheco's like, Here you go, Bobo. Did you have that one? I'll get the next one.
No, split it. That's what I got it for.
no, I'm
Split
not.
it 3 ways.
If you actively decide that you are not going to invest in your running back, which that's what Dallas is going to do. I told you they got to pay the bills somewhere, some other places. I'm good with them going with a committee. Not every team. I mean, you don't need to have a workhorse to.
Let me ask you this. We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. Is Dak Prescott the Cowboys quarterback in 2 years?
I think they will. I think they're going to come to terms. I don't know if Dak wants to get paid like a top 3 guy. Hopefully, he'll take getting paid as a top 10 guy. You're living in Texas. There's no state taxes. You're going to make your endorsements. But I don't know if he's willing to take a break. And, Dak Prescott's looking out for what he's doing in 10 years, which is not playing quarterback anywhere. So he's going to get as much money as possible.
Where Dak Prescott's going to be in 10 years is going to be on CBS, and I'll have to look at another goddamn Dallas quarterback calling games.
Dak Prescott doesn't rub me the same way. Like, I don't feel like he's going to be a personality on television.
No, you don't think so?
No, he just doesn't come off that
Every
way.
Dallas guy gets a fucking job.
Well, at least all their quarterbacks do.
They're going to give him a
Yes,
shot.
they all do.
'cause-
God.
I mean, I want to punch Troy Aikman in the face
I
pretty
don't
much
watch-
every Sunday.
I do not watch the Monday Night Football when it's them. I don't watch
I
it.
learned to mute the phone.
It's muted. It's my take meds button at night.
Yeah.
I don't.
The old man
The
alarm.
old man alarm is.
I don't watch the
you're
Monday
good,
Night
you're
Football
good.
coverage. I watch the Manning cast because I absolutely hate Troy Aikman and Joe Buck.
Yeah.
I hate it because I've watched it for like 20 goddamn years and I'm fucking over it.
Have you watched how Joe Buck looks at Troy Aikman?
Like he wants to fight him sometimes.
No, he looks at him
Loves him
like
like
he
he
wants to
likes
fuck him.
Looks like he wants to suck his dick.
Yeah,
Stop it.
he's like, oh my god, look at Troy's eyes.
Troy,
They're
you're so right.
So
Ah!
beautiful.
Great point, Troy.
Yeah, and I mean it is true. He does like next time you see him, like when Troy's talking, Joe Buck's looking directly at him the whole time.
He
As
is staring him in his eyes
Yes,
and he's
as
like
Troy Aikman
licking his lips.
As Troy Aikman is talking to the camera and looking at the camera, Joe Buck is just like
Joe Buck's butthole is getting wet.
he's doing
watching it.
he's doing everything he possibly can to like just not get a hard on.
I'll check that out
Shit.
next time.
Goddamn.
Hey, keep it in your pants, Joe Buck.
Easy, Joe Buck. So yeah, I'm not concerned who the Cowboys.
Joe Buck colon's getting sensitive. But anyway,
Well, he's clearly a receiver.
dude, just think next year we get to watch the whole Tom Brady fiasco.
I thought Belichick was okay doing the draft. I like Belichick. He knows his stuff. I mean,
No, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. But at the same time, it's just blah 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 blah. There's no like. It's such a
he's a little dry.
yeah.
A little dry.
Dry and like if he would cut up every now and then, like I like Andy Reid for the fact that Andy Reid like makes a joke out of himself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a likable guy.
Oh, I think Andy Reid's definitely on TV whenever he's done.
Oh,
coaching.
dude, he's a
Oh, he's
likable
gonna eat that
guy.
up.
He's
gonna love it.
fun.
Freaking Rex Ryan, a likable guy.
I want to punch him
Mm-hmm.
in the face.
A likable guy.
He's not that bad actually. I do kind of like
I
Rex
like
Ryan.
Rex Ryan on
Yeah.
TV.
I mean,
I like him.
As a coach, he's kind of a dum dum, but
No, he's a great defensive guy.
No,
he's
yes,
terrible
as a
on
head
the
coach.
offensive side of the ball.
head coach. Yeah, no,
Just think, man, that was almost your defensive coordinator.
I'll take him to coach defense. I don't want him just
yeah,
running
of
the whole
course,
team.
absolutely.
Again, one of those guys that are better suited to be a coordinator than a head coach.
Man, yeah. He's not like his dad though. He ain't ready to punch nobody in the face.
That was some crazy. That was different brand of football back then.
It was.
NFC East. I mean,
Buddy Ryan was, he was the fucking man.
Oh, dude.
Big fan of Buddy Ryan over
Dude,
here.
man, think about the head coaches in that era of the NFC East. You had Joe
Joe
Gibbs,
Gibbs.
Oh, Joe
Buddy
Gibbs,
Ryan,
Buddy Ryan, and
Bill
Bill
Parcells.
Parcells. Who else do we?
Oh,
Who else?
Jimmy wasn't there.
Parcells
yet.
wasn't really Parcells then, but yeah.
Late '80s, early '90s. It was.
No, he was there. Yeah, and Belichick was coaching the
Well,
Giants
no,
defense.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was just crazy. Like
That's
you
the
look at
football that me and Wes grew up with. I mean, every Sunday you're watching the Giants or Eagles on the CBS, right?
dude, I
CBS.
watched whatever game was on. Whatever game was on, that's what I watched.
Well, no, Northeast. I mean, it was all NFC East, and then 4 o'clock I get the friggin' Jets versus the Dolphins or some shit.
I was okay with the Dolphins. But I mean, I was a big Marino guy growing up.
4 and 20 years too early. We're down.
Yeah. Dude, Marino playing now with those rules, 5,500 yards every year. Easy.
The stats are just that much
Easy.
better than everyone else. The stats are incredible. If you
Easy.
really look at his
Look what he
it's
was doing.
dumb.
Look what he was doing when you could fucking just smash a quarterback, 5 steps after he threw the ball. Receivers getting plowed across the middle. Marino kills modern football. Kills it.
Definitely a different world.
Kills it. Anyway, back to the draft. I'm sorry. We digressed.
Okay. So let's talk. Let's kind of break down some teams. I mean, we can go through all these rounds. There's 7 of them. But let's say we'll start with Atlanta. Atlanta probably should have gone off and got some offensive weapons, right?
Probably should have.
Something to help Cousins.
Probably should have. I think they should have gone more defense and offense, which they addressed in the next 3 straight rounds.
4 rounds. 4 straight rounds. They did do that, but I'm just thinking there's some weapons there that you can go with, especially with a wide receiver, and you don't address it till the 6th round. So
they're fine offensively, weapon wise. I think they're okay. I think their top tier weapons are good.
Who is the number 2 wide receiver for Atlanta?
Who's going to be the number 2 wide receiver? It's going to be Kyle Pitts.
Someone has to line up in the field, though.
Yeah, someone has to line up.
And I can't think of
It
that.
doesn't matter.
If you tell me I can just put any corner on him, sure, why not?
No, they definitely could have used a little help on the other.
They could have used a little help. I get what he said. I get what you guys are saying. I
just want a wide receiver out there.
I hated the Penix pick initially. I've already told you. I don't mind it now. They got their guy for the future.
Well, they might think
without reaching.
London is their one. London had a couple of good games at the end of the year. I don't know if he's,
London's their one.
I mean, he has to be. I mean,
dude. London's their one. Pitts and London's are Pro Bowl caliber tight end receiver. They are.
Yeah.
They have played with shit quarterback play. Pitts most definitely has played with shit quarterback play. Pitts is talented. Dude had 1,000 yards with fucking. Who was the quarterback before Ritter?
Mariota, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
it was Mariota. You're right.
He had 1,000 yards with Mariota. Mariota ain't
No,
fucking.
you want to cash in on your return of all these offensive weapons you've picked.
I'm
the last
telling
couple
you,
of years. You really,
if Kirk Cousins,
that's what Kirk Cousins can
a
do.
healthy Kirk Cousins, Pitts is going to have his best statistical years this year.
We know that.
Easy.
Yeah,
easy.
I don't think
London's going to have his best statistical
I don't think we're
year.
doubt. I don't think we're
Bijan's going to have his best year. It's going to happen. Atlanta should easily win the NFC South. Easily.
Well, when you're a team like Carolina picking a running back in the second half or in the second round of the draft, why? You got Miles Sanders.
They're officially the worst run.
Miles
organization
Sanders
in
is
NFL,
shit.
Right? They're there, right?
He's not that bad.
If you got a good offensive line.
Well, yeah. So?
Right? Where's he at?
All right, so hopefully
He's in
Miles
Carolina.
Sanders
That's
is
what we're
the-
talking about.
How good's their offensive line?
Why get another running back then before you pick any O-line? They didn't even touch the O-line in this draft.
Yeah, they're
Here in Carolina's defense, Carolina had a couple of injuries last year on the offensive line.
No, they've got a young Jerry Jones that's running the organization right now.
I'm
That's the fucking problem with Carolina.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But they had offensive line injuries where guys didn't play last year that were supposed to be starters.
Okay.
Christensen from BYU was supposed to be a starter last year. He didn't play at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got guys that didn't play, and you think you got your core, you're not going to draft that position.
So explain the running back.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Miles Sanders sucks.
He's not bad. He's really not bad.
Okay, so they're saying this running back.
Yeah,
is the
okay,
number one
cool. He's
position
not
ranked,
bad,
right?
but your team didn't
Well,
keep
of
him.
course he was. He's the first one taken off the board. He was the only one taken off the board.
Right.
Until the late
Miles
third
Sanders,
round.
he
Miles
could be
Sanders is
B,
trash.
but you don't want to just No, he could be a B minus.
He could be a B. He's
Right.
your he.
But you don't want to pay him like an A. You
what
can't pay him
Miles
like an A.
Sanders
They
did.
paid him like an A.
Miles
They
Sanders.
messed that up.
Miles Sanders is a good change of pace back.
Okay.
He's a good 2.
He's better than that. I
He's
mean,
better than that.
Either way, I'm not paying him for an A. You know what I mean? That's you just don't want to pay.
Okay,
A or an
let's.
A.
No.
Here,
So
let me
you
ask
better get A plus production out of Saquon. I mean, that's what you paid.
So
him.
No, we paid a premium. You're saying we're gonna keep this guy healthy, and
He's going to go 2,000
Yeah.
all-purpose yards and
2,000.
15 touchdowns.
They should've kept Swift.
I
Should have kept Swift.
I agree.
Cheaper.
I agree. I told you I had a rant about that, but we did not want to go down that rabbit hole. But the fact that we did go with Saquon and we still have a fuck ton of money on the books that we could spend or in cap space, I'm not mad about it. And the thing is, I'm hoping for the McCaffrey kind of deal.
Right.
You
that's what
don't
signed up
have to
for.
be the workhorse. You don't have to be the offense. You don't have to be the end all be all for us to win or lose on offense. And so he doesn't have all that pressure on him. He doesn't get that many touches. He can just block. And that is one upgrade that we didn't have last year that we're going to have this year. Swift don't block like Saquon blocks.
Right. He might be better off just touching the ball 18 and 20 times games instead of the
Yeah.
26 to 30 times
Exactly.
that he had to for the Giants for them to even be competitive. He doesn't have to be that guy.
No, he doesn't. And you're going to see that. That's the same thing that happened with McCaffrey when he was in Carolina. He was the offense. Without McCaffrey, that offense didn't go.
They didn't go anywhere.
Same
You
thing
didn't tell
with-
me. Dude, I had McCaffrey when he did the 1,000 yards reception, 1,000 yards receiving in our fantasy league.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. I get it.
No,
That's
you're
what,
looking
but
for.
that's what I think.
That's what
That's
the
what the
Eagles
Eagles are
signed up
banking
for.
on. Yeah, we signed up for this kind of Saquon.
Yeah,
So
but
that's
you
what we want.
need healthy Saquon.
Well, yeah, we're
You
hoping.
can say the same thing about McCaffrey. McCaffrey, was a
McCaffrey
question
has
mark.
nothing but
Yeah,
injury
yeah.
issues, but he's played back-to-back years and
Saquon's
ran a
the
whole
same.
full clip.
Saquon and McCaffrey is a very good comparison.
Yeah,
They
tal-
are,
talent-
absolutely.
If you were
talent-wise,
to
it'd
be
the
honest,
same thing,
because they
absolutely.
have the same issues.
I think I'm just.
High ceilings.
I think we're talking
injury
about the
problems.
exact same scenario. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. If that's the output we get out of Saquon this year, we're talking. We have Super Bowl expectations.
Saquon's a top 5 fantasy pick next year, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think in the situation he's in, behind the O line he's in, why not?
I'm taking Will Shipley late though.
I don't think I'll take Saquon because I just don't want
You
to
don't
jinx my
jinx it,
team.
right.
Yeah,
But
I don't want.
but
I'd much rather.
Oh, and you give me crap about Homer picks.
Hey, I give everybody crap about Homer picks. I always have one.
Well, I'm just thinking last year, like people got burnt on going Chase and going Jefferson. They passed on McCaffrey.
Well, he got burned with Jefferson simply because he got hurt.
They both got hurt. Chase got hurt too. Chase was down.
Well,
for,
yeah, no, you're right. But
No,
I'm
the biggest bird in our fantasy league
was
was
Bijan
no
or Jamar Gibbs.
was taking Kelsey like
3.
third or
Oh,
fourth.
yes, because they were all full for the first part of that year.
Well, dude, he was hurt for like 3 or 4 games too.
Right.
He missed some time early.
But no, he was just they were awful. He had games like he had 2 receptions for 14 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
that's-
bad.
Saquon
I
will be top
think
5
this
next
year Kelsey's going to be a hell of a. He's another first round pick, right?
No,
Yeah, in the first round, he's still there.
Yeah,
No
Kelsey's
way.
going first round. Yeah.
I'm not taking him in the first round.
I mean, if I'm,
I don't take tight ends
if
in
I'm
the
there
first
at
round,
10
so, I
again,
mean,
like
it
I
could-
was last year, I think Kelsey's
If you're sitting
he's a
at
viable
10,
option.
And you could get a Josh Jacobs and a Travis Kelsey around the turn right there. That's not a bad.
Are you taking Josh Jacobs
He's probably up there in the top.
in the 10? Yeah, I think in the 10
range.
spot that looks about right. Because McCaffrey's got to be 1 again.
I would think so. I would be hard pressed.
McCaffrey won.
McCaffrey won.
I know we're not talking about the draft, but I mean, I love some fucking. This is fantasy football draft. So it's good.
This is the
Well, no,
warm-up
I mean,
for
it's
fantasy
this is the
football.
warm up to it. This is what
Yeah.
we're seeing. It's like, ooh, who's going to be that guy?
All right, so last.
I mean,
year,
fuck, dude. I had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson when they were like,
Some of these rookies are going to be impactful guys.
Yeah.
Though, because C.J. Stroud last year, I know you had him in our league, and
Yeah,
I had him in
he
another
saved
league.
my season.
Yes.
I would be Joel this year. Is it Joel? Yeah, Joel.
oh, it's Joel. Cannot wait.
I would be Joel without CJ Stroud. I owe my life to CJ Stroud.
And that's a guy doing a fantasy draft. Didn't get picked.
Didn't get
You
picked.
probably
No, I
picked
picked him up
in
free.
week 3, week 4.
Week 3, week 4, and waiver wire.
So there's gonna be someone
Because
else out here
Deshaun
this
Watson was trash.
Yeah, but think about this. You're going to see an influx on those guys too. It's because like,
Do you take what?
what are
rookie
you
quarterback-
going? What are you doing with those
Yeah.
wide receivers? You got Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell.
So rookie quarterback wise, Caleb Williams is going to be your first one
year. Probably. I
with the
think
weapons he has, right?
he'll be the first fantasy rookie quarterback picked, right? Have to. And
I stash him. He's my second. He's my second quarterback if I do take him.
I can't take him. I can't.
because your Packers thing.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so everybody's adapting my
always do.
philosophy on fantasy football all of a sudden?
I say I always do, but yet this
You
dude
took
lived on
Gibbs
Detroit.
last year, asshole.
Yeah, you're.
Dude, I lived off the Detroit
You
last
had
year.
all
Don't give
the
me
Lions
like.
last year.
Yeah, the whole line.
Fuck off.
Yeah, but I don't like Caleb Williams.
No, Caleb Williams will get drafted, and you know, one or two of these guys by the end of the year will be impactful fantasy players. Guys that are trying to prove themselves later in the season.
Yeah, well, I think here's the thing. I think as far as the Bears know, yeah, Caleb may get drafted. I think DJ Moore's number comes down. I think Keenan Allen's numbers come down. Like
Well, they have to.
right.
those guys aren't
I
going to
mean,
be the
Keenan
guys that
Allen
were
is
left.
coming down just simply because he had such a phenomenal year last year when Mike Williams was out.
I'm trying to figure out who the Chargers number one is going to be, and that might be like a guy I go after.
They took somebody in the second round, didn't they?
Who'd they take?
Well, last year they took Quentin Johnson. In the
Yeah,
first
that
round,
dude
so
fucking
they
is
expect-
trash.
Oh, they're
Oh, no, they're
expecting
big
him.
mad. Although this asshole decided to tell me, he's like, oh, he'll be all right. He's not Jalen Rager. He ain't Jalen. I was like, dude, he went to TCU. He's going to be trash.
He's trash.
But look at him, changing his
He's
head.
trash.
I told you, man, he's got that
Trash.
Jalen Rager residue on him. He's like, ugh.
Dude, I would
bad.
take Lad
He's
McConkey
bad.
all day long.
He's bad, bro.
I'm good with Lad McConkey. Yeah.
Man, I was trying to
Yeah,
cut him a break,
McConkey.
bro.
McConkey was
I was trying to cut him a break.
You were.
And dude, watching him play
Whoops.
like 3 games, I'm like, oh God, this guy is wide open like 40-yard bombs, and he is dropping them.
In terms of a solid draft, especially for a team that didn't have a wide receiver one or a first round pick or wide receiver one going in, the Bills had a pretty solid draft.
Let's see what
They addressed a lot of their needs. You're talking about at the top of the second round, they took Florida State's big wide receiver, Keenan Coleman.
I like that pick.
He has a comp to Drake London, and I'm getting him at the top of the second round.
I like it.
I like him.
Solid
I like him.
pick.
I like
Let's go. Bill should be excited about that one. Then at the end of the second round, they pick up the safety out of Utah, Cole Bishop.
Yep.
And I'm always a huge fan when a team will pick a running back from Kentucky. So the Ray Davis pick in the 4th round, big fan of.
How about all the fucking
like Ray.
Duke
What did Ray
guys
do
getting
in college?
drafted? What do you feel about
Ray?
that?
It says Ray ran for 1,000 yards 3 straight years. 3 different schools. No, that's a little
Yeah.
weird, but okay, he's one of those guys just bouncing
Yeah.
around. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Ray Davis was a beast last year.
We're not going.
Love
earlier
me some
than-
Ray Davis.
I'm cool. Running back 3rd, 4th round.
Well, it's
That's
a
fine.
4th round pick, and it's a guy with
What
huge
college is
upside.
England?
England.
Look at Buffalo.
He's a former soccer and rugby player who is a member of the International Pathway Program. He is a developmental prospect, but he ran a 4.7940 at 307 pounds. Hold on, he's fucking British at 307 pounds? How tall is this guy? He is a guard.
It doesn't say, man.
Doesn't say his size.
Doesn't say how tall. Oh
Soccer,
wait.
rugby guy.
Oh shit. 6'7", 301.
Oh my god.
We're gonna find.
And
the
he
spot.
ran what?
There's not British people that are 6'7".
That's what it says. Is that not what it says right there?
It says it right there in 4.7940. That's a big dude.
What the?
That's
fuck?
4.7940 at 6'7". 4.7940 at 6'7", 307.
That dude played rugby for real. He
That's
had
it.
to.
It's a
No,
project.
you know what-
He's
you
gonna
know
be
what
on the
they're
extra
doing?
point,
It's
extra point
like,
block team or something.
Oh,
like
the
that.
Eagles went and got my Lada. Let's see what we could do.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
You're
we can put him
copycatting
on the
the
line,
rugby guy.
yeah.
Yeah. Your
Exactly.
guy's pretty good, the rugby guy. Mulata, he's great.
Oh,
He's-
he's
Yeah.
good. My prediction is he is a Hall of Fame left tackle when it's all said and done.
Get the fuck out of here.
that's high, but I mean,
No,
okay.
That's super
my
high, bro.
it's a
That's super
prediction
high.
that he is.
That's
but-
super high.
the guy's still young as shit, and he's good.
Still learning the game.
He's
already a B+ kind of player.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
he
nice.
made a Pro Bowl last year.
I like it.
For a team that quit.
Maybe we did quit. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I wish I did know what happened. Maybe I don't want to know what
They
happened.
quit.
They were talking about firing your coach and everything. I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, no, it was awful. It was
It
crazy.
was not. I loved it.
But they need to fire your coach. His fat ass. Fucking McCarthy. Actually, no, you know what? Sign him to a long-term deal.
You might as well keep him.
Keep on
because
sucking.
he's
It's
gonna-
awesome.
No. McCarthy's the lame duck. He's gone after this year.
Oh, he's gone no matter
He's
what.
gone.
It's
Yeah.
not so.
He's
These
gone.
guys
Yeah,
go-
I bet he could win the Super Bowl. They fire his ass.
Bill Belichick is going to be the Cowboys coach
Yeah,
next year.
I think that's the case.
That's what's gonna happen.
What's happening.
like it.
That's what's going to happen.
I have a text message from the game versus Green Bay telling one of my friends that I'm like, they're just getting Belichick ready. Getting
That's
him
what,
warmed up.
How-
what's going to happen is
How about McCarthy does somehow, some way they end up in an NFC Championship game? Do you extend him after that?
well, first of all,
I don't know.
if he happens to luck up and end up in the NFC
That's what I'm
championship,
saying. I'm
You
just
gotta
saying.
win 2 games in the playoffs.
Let's say it happens. Let's say it happens. You can't fire a guy
No,
getting to
not
the
if-
NFC Championship
Because if they
game.
get to the
Yeah, you
NFC
can.
Championship game, that means they're
Yeah,
scoring
you can.
30 points again.
Yeah, you
Again,
can.
like they did last year. It'd be really hard.
No, what's going to happen? They'll get to the NFC Championship game, and then they'll get the brakes beat off of them by like 30, and then you got to fire him.
I don't know, man. I don't think you fire a coach that just made an NFC Championship game.
He
Dude, I
survived
live the
this
McCarthy
collapse.
lifestyle. I'm telling you, dude. If he ain't gonna get you into the Super Bowl, you got to let that dude go. We rolled with that dude for a long time for no reason.
I understand that. I do. That's what I'm. But as a
Dallas hater,
Yeah, dude, I'm a Dallas hater.
I'm
but at
not-
the same time, I'm even more a McCarthy hater. I
But
lived
I'm-
that lifestyle before
But I'm
you.
saying, as a Dallas hater, like, do I sacrifice letting them make it to the NFC Championship one year just so they could go fail miserably, but have to re-sign Mike McCarthy?
How many NFC Championship games did Mike McCarthy make in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, we've always said Mike McCarthy ruined Aaron Rodgers' career. It could have been so much more than what it has been.
Yeah, he should have.
Oh, you think so? You think McCarthy really? I mean,
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers put up
Yes.
crazy
Yeah, he's the
stats
one
and-
calling the damn
Yes.
plays. It is McCarthy.
Yes.
McCarthy fucked him.
Dude, you tell me, you explain to
Dallas had
me,
the best offense in the
explain
league
to
again
me
last year.
how
It's-
Green Bay wins 5 games with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. How's that happen?
Maybe he's high on ayahuasca the whole time.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe him and Mike McCarthy both were, but at the same time.
Okay, so I was glad they got rid of Kellen Moore last year, and they gave McCarthy a shot, and it's like, all right, well, now
I appreciate you. I love some Kellen Moore. Let's go.
I'm not anti-Kellen
So
Moore.
predictable, that guy. I am so.
You think
no.
so? You think he's so predictable?
Yeah, I don't think.
Is he going to be predictable when you play him this year?
What are you talking about? He was the Chargers' O coordinator last year. They didn't do it.
He's still their O
Are you,
coordinator.
are you not? No. Excuse me, guys. He's the Eagles' O
You guys
coordinator.
got him. I mean, you
He
might-
is the O coordinator of Philly.
You could have
Sorry.
him. You could have. him.
Sorry.
I'm not threatened.
Dude, you guys may have a lame duck quarterback, lame duck coach sitting there.
When you guys go run,
We'll
pass,
find
and
out.
Run,
Hey.
pass. No, have them. All yours.
Hey, we can run past though.
Until week 12. Yeah.
Till you play Tampa in the playoffs.
Yikes.
What are you talking about?
The Eagles.
What about Tampa in the playoffs?
You got smashed by Tampa in the playoffs.
That team was on a fucking like an endless roller coaster downhill. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
but
not,
why?
We knew what was happening.
Yeah, but why?
hell if I know.
You guys literally had more talent than
say
probably
more
every team
I wouldn't
in
say
that
more
in that
talent.
stretch.
I will say there was turmoil on the defensive side of the football, and that was obvious altogether. We had a Jalen Hurts that was not the same Jalen Hurts as the
No,
year
Hurts
before.
was hurt.
He was hurt. There
He
was
was
something
hurt. There
wrong.
was something wrong with him.
So we're talking about a complete offseason, an overhaul of the coaching staff, and kind of an overhaul, really, of the defense of the way it's looking like. I ain't
your-
even mad.
And your improvement on offense is hiring Kellen Moore.
I mean, it's got to be better than it was last year, honestly. The play calls last year, I wanted to blow my brains out.
Go watch some film on Kellen Moore. You're not going to like it.
No,
I
it's,
don't know, man. Y'all, I mean, Dallas's offense still ran pretty high clip at
It's-
that time, too. It wasn't awful,
It's
Why?
Bubbles.
I mean, Dak Prescott had his best season ever under Kellen Moore. So
Not true.
It's-
He had his best season
it's-
last year.
It's
Huh?
Dak had his best season last year.
I thought
on
it was
McCarthy.
like 3 years ago.
Kellen
Last year's
Moore.
season was better.
Kellen Moore's offense is bubble screen, draw up the middle, 10-yard out.
I hate the draw up the middle. The draw. He was the worst.
Yeah,
at
that
the
one
draw up the
I
middle.
hate a draw play. Like when they're
third and seven, it's like,
when
what
they're
are you doing?
ill-advised draw plays, you're like,
Dude, it could be worse. It could
It's
be
third and
Ron
seven,
Rivera.
buddy.
Could be Ron Rivera. Hey, we're going to go draw right, draw left, bubble screen, punt.
yeah. Well, here's the thing: the
Quarterback sack.
last year was wide receiver screens for the Eagles over and over and
I hate
over again.
bubbles. I hate them.
They
Hate them.
those will ruin your love of the game.
Okay, so
It only
I think
takes
AJ
one
Brown is
slightly
great,
missed assignment, and bubble screens are
They're
toast.
done.
and that's where I was going because a lot of times you see AJ Brown catching the bubble screen, and you have Devonta Smith blocking. Like, what are you
That's
thinking?
stupid.
The
It
dude's a
needs to
buck.
be the other way around.
Yeah.
Use
yeah.
the
Right.
big guy to block.
So they're trying to feed AJ Brown. But
Yeah.
Devonta Smith ain't blocking
Shit.
my daughters. I mean, he's not blocking anyone.
He ain't blocking me, and I'm old as fuck.
I bet he'd block your ass. Fuck,
Nah,
go
bro.
right at the knees.
I bet
Bye,
you are,
Steve.
Steve.
I bet you
Bye,
money.
Steve.
I bet you
Shot
money.
block.
I bet you money I could get a hand on AJ Brown. Promise you I could.
A hand.
Dude, Devontae's going to the knees,
Yeah,
dude.
maybe
All I
at the
got to
end
do
of
is
the-
do a
maybe at
stop
the end of the
step, and
game when
boom,
you clap
he's
up with
flying
him.
me. He's flying by me and fucking, because he ain't looking where he's blocking. He's doing this number.
You ain't getting a hand on AJ.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say I'm bringing him down. I just said a hand.
You wouldn't even get a hand on him.
No, I get a
Okay.
hand on him.
Yeah, when you dap up at the end of the game, that's cool. That works.
Hey, can you sign my jersey?
Yeah. Can we do a jersey swap?
I ain't dapping
Yo,
that
AJ,
fucker.
let me get
Fuck
that.
him, too.
AJ, fuck you up, son.
Yeah, whatever. What goddamn, dude?
huge.
He's only outweigh. Well, actually, probably I outweigh him. You want to be honest about it?
All right, so like I
he's probably
said,
stronger though.
big fan of Buffalo's draft
Yeah,
because they addressed the wide receiver position with a guy that was probably rated late first round. I love the fact they went out and got Ray Davis, and then really just the I guess the true solid blend of offensive defense there. They addressed a lot of their needs. Big stuff. Carolina effed up again. Go figure. They did do a good job by trading up and getting Leggett out of South Carolina. They did need a wide receiver. There's no question about that.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm a fan of that move. The running back move though, absolutely stupid.
No need. Way too early.
Honestly, you can't hate Chicago's draft. I probably wouldn't have gone wide receiver with that 9th pick. I would have tried to address the O-line at that point.
Yeah, there was plenty of guys there.
Yeah,
Plenty.
that's what
especially
I'm
with the
saying.
wide receivers you got.
Yeah, you already got 2 solid
Would you
guys.
limited in pick? And then they take an offensive lineman
They
from
go
fucking
tackle.
Yale.
Yeah. I mean,
Come
I'm
on
not,
now.
I'm not going to say anything about where they came from because there's a reason these guys are here.
No, I
3-year
get they got
starter.
drafted, but come on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
At least he's smart.
All right. Cool.
I like guys when they say that they started like 37 something games. That shows me the guy.
That offensive lineman, that's great.
Good. And
that's
you're
good.
and you're improving. You're healthy. You're doing everything the right way.
3-year starters. I like that. That's nice. I'll take that, especially in the
I like
O-line.
Cincinnati's draft.
I'm a
Cincinnati's
big
draft
fan.
isn't terrible.
Yeah, I mean, going O-line first, yeah, obviously, because we don't want another Burrow situation.
No. No.
You can't, I mean, you can see your season will turn around with your quarterback getting hurt. It happens. I mean, unless you're Philly and you have a Nick Foles or something.
Whatever, bro.
Oh, come on, man. That's what I'm here for.
Cleveland's
Here to
draft.
throw it out there for
I
you.
don't know. They address some needs. I'm
You know,
just
you look at any of these teams' drafts, and not to, you know.
I mean, really, with
One or two
Cleveland,
guys are
Cleveland's
only
not much of a move for me.
I like Baltimore's draft. I
I
like
think-
Baltimore's draft with their free agency picks up. I like it a lot.
No, Wiggins is highly ranked.
Well, I mean, they always address the defense pretty well. I mean, when you're talking about 2 of their top 3 picks went defensively, and then you also went to protect Lamar in the second round, not a bad move.
Dude,
I mean, honestly, Dallas didn't have an awful one. It just wasn't splashy.
I'm the fan
Yeah.
of Tez Walker for Baltimore in the 4th round.
Me too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a Carolina guy, but that's a good pickup for the wide receiver core in the 4th round.
I like it, and I like Dallas's boring draft too. Look,
I mean,
they took 3 linemen. You need one of those guys to pan out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, just one of them. And then you got, I mean, you went defense the other 3
went
of
edge rusher.
those
I'm
picks.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
when
and
Dal-
I mean, you're always a big fan of that,
When
especially
Dallas
when you
was
don't.
when Dallas was at their best, is when they went like offensive lineman, like 3 straight years in the 1st round.
right, and I'm
And
good
then
with
that's
that.
what they put Zeke behind.
Yeah.
No, I'm good because they lost Tyron Smith
Yeah.
earlier in the year. They're going to move their guard Tyler Smith.
So did
out
he
to tackle.
retire or move on?
He went to the Jets.
Yeah.
Went to he can go suck there too.
Well, no, he's going to give you 10 games. You're going
Yeah.
to get 10.
That's what I'm
good
talking about.
blocking
He'll be
games.
hurt.
But then 6 other games, like I don't know who's starting for you. No, I like Dallas' pick. I'll take that. They weren't going to do too much in free agency. They got a lot of guys.
I'm only giving him credit because you're here.
That's fine.
Otherwise, I just wouldn't have talked about it.
I'll take what I get.
Denver,
The nicest thing you
the
said about
splash
Dallas.
pick
I
is
know.
Bo Nix. Really?
All right, so what's Bo Nix doing? Because Peyton must really love him, right?
Yeah, that's the only reason he goes and makes that move and gets him. I
He
think
knows
that has
how to
be it.
He knows how to get the most out of a quarterback. I mean, Russell
I
Wilson.
agree.
If you look at Russell Wilson's stats last year, they weren't awful.
No, they weren't.
The win losses were terrible, but the stats weren't awful, and so you can't really blame it all on Russell Wilson. Just Russell Wilson and not Super Bowl Russell Wilson.
I don't know.
Like
Bo
not
Nix,
even close.
Not
16
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah, no. Nope.
I don't know. And they got Zach Wilson. Which, yikes. Yeah, I don't
Bro,
know. about Bo
not
Nix.
the wedge to trade, bro. That was the Jets saying, "Yeah, get on out of here. You go to Denver and live your MILF life."
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe they had a better look at him when he was at BYU, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's really good." And then a couple, years later, like, "All right, well, we could get him. See what we could do."
I like Detroit going like corner. I'm telling you, the NFC North is going to be the best division in football this year.
Think so?
Yeah.
They can't all be good, Steve.
I'm not saying that they all
Carolina.
can't all be good, but they ain't going to be bad. The worst team's probably going to be Minnesota because they're starting a rookie quarterback.
Right.
And even he has weapons around him.
No, Detroit, like Philly, went. I'm looking at it. They went corner as well. So
Yeah. I mean, that's where they were kind of weak.
It's one of those things where if you don't know what to take an O lineman or a corner.
British Columbia. Who is
think
that
someone could
dude?
play over
Giovanni Manu. Let's look at this guy for a second.
Yeah, I saw that.
God damn, 6'8", 350.
Big dudes.
What the fuck? Manu is a raw offensive tackle prospect with rare size, long arms, and good quickness for his size. He didn't play against high-level competition at college level, but he is a powerful run blocker who overwhelms defenders on tape. Dude, he's 6'8", 350. Holy
Huge.
shit.
All right, so who's this year's C.J. Stroud? Who's going to, out of these 6 quarterbacks, you got to figure one of them is going to make a mark, right? One of them is going to,
Well, Penix isn't doing shit this year.
right?
He's
Bo
not
Nix?
doing shit.
I don't think Bo Nix doing too much in the AFC West, correct? Right?
Oh, you mean that first round pick ain't doing shit?
Bo Nix is starting.
Oh, I don't like Bo
He's
Nix
going to
either.
start.
Oh, that's fine. I just don't.
He's going to start.
I don't trust guys starting 61 games. That's too many in college.
Me personally, I don't think Drake May is going to do a whole lot.
I hope he doesn't play one down all year. Just make him.
I'm fine with that. I'm
Go
fine
ahead.
with that. I'm fine with that.
Jaden Daniels is going to play. I mean, they're
Jaden's going to play.
Oh, immediately.
Jaden's going to play. He's got problems, though, called offensive line.
Oh yeah.
And
Front. Well, no, I wouldn't say front office anymore, but before.
their offensive line's trash. They didn't do
that's
anything
awful.
to address it.
And they didn't try to. Yeah. No.
They didn't do anything to address it. What they did, they was like, oh, let's just get a Lamar Jackson type guy who can scramble. That's their answer.
We got Cliff Kingsbury, and we're just going to throw the ball a lot real
No,
fast.
how are you going to throw the ball when you ain't got but a second and a half to protect your quarterback?
Lots of screens, lots of bubble screens.
Dude, whatever. Dude, they went out and got Cliff, hoping that, like, man, we'll get Cliff, and then maybe Caleb would be like, no, I don't want to play for you. To Chicago, I want to go with Cliff. That's where I want to be. That's why they hired Cliff.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Because he was against Chicago at the beginning.
Yeah.
And before this all happened, that's, he wasn't on board.
What happened was he realized, oh, I can't get ownership. I can't get this. I can't get that. I'm on a rookie wage scale. Oh, there's shit I can really do.
Part of me wants him to fail so bad.
Oh, I want him to fail miserably.
Well, he's a Bear, so that makes sense.
Even if he wasn't a Bear, dude, he could be
That's why I want
fucking
Dak,
a
that's
Colt.
why I want Dak to fail every day in
Same
life.
here with Jalen Hurts. I don't want Jalen Hurts to be good.
Yeah.
No, I think with Williams in Chicago, he has the tools.
He's got.
They're investing in him. This is the way you are supposed to do it. And if you are the franchise quarterback, you're going to make the best of the situation. You're going to get the Bears to the playoffs next year. I mean, that's where the bar should be, right?
They're there.
Mm-hmm.
They've got all the like I said before. I've never seen a rookie fall into a situation with the number one pick and have the weapons that he has around him.
Yeah, he's fortunate.
Never.
Yeah, there's not anybody that's been that fucking fortunate.
Usually that number one pick's playing for 2-14, 2-15.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, goddamn, dude. Me personally, Wes and I have said this 100 times. We'd have kept Justin Fields and traded that pick in a heartbeat.
Yep.
And
right out.
I mean, dude, you're looking at 3 to 4 first round picks, if not more picks on top of that.
That's the going rate. That's the going rate.
It's 3 first round picks before the draft. The
clean
day
up on
of the draft, 4 first round picks.
So is that the Bears that confident in Caleb Williams, or is that the Bears GM so scared to pass up on maybe a potential Hall of Famer, Caleb Williams? Because that's what you're doing. You're either
Do you think he's going to be a Hall of Famer?
No. It's, you can't judge any of these guys, but that's what when you're drafting a quarterback, you want him.
But I mean, last year we talked about it. We were talking about C.J. Stroud as probably being the best quarterback in that draft. Not that I don't think we.
I was pretty sure I liked Will Levis better than C.J. Stroud.
I didn't like Will Levis that much because I knew. And I want to say I said it, but I'm not positive. But I want to, because I think about it, is I thought Will Levis struggled at Kentucky behind a
poor O-line.
And so he's going to go into a pro system that's going to probably be very similar.
Right.
So he's going to struggle again. Right. So you want the guy that you're going to find that can overcome, the opportunities that your team has.
Houston had done everything right.
They have Houston.
Everything.
From where they were last year, draft,
and where they were 2 years ago.
I mean, this is the
they
worst
did
team in the league,
everything
worst run team in the league, and for them to
they've turned it around completely.
And they were ballsy.
They shipped off the touchy feely dude.
And the owner.
No, Houston shipped off there.
Oh, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, the rub and tug guy.
Yeah, the rub and tug guy. And, they have done everything right since.
They banked on that pick, too. I mean, God knows.
They had 3 first-round picks for him.
I know.
That was it. I mean, it changed their fortunes.
Yeah.
Totally.
And what's Cleveland got out of it?
What's going to happen?
They got a playoff run by Joe Flacco. That's what they got out of it.
Well, look, Seattle's benefited from trading Russell Wilson.
Fuck yeah.
And then Deshaun Watson gets traded from Houston, and Houston's done nothing but benefit from it.
So you're trying to say that the Cowboys should trade Dak, huh?
Yeah,
no. I see where you're going here.
I mean, if you want to be smart, maybe that is it. Maybe that's it. I hope they don't. Fuck it. I want the same thing. Although third time's a charm, it doesn't work.
Dak's a better quarterback than Russell. Russell had the Legion of Boom defense sitting there.
I don't know. Russell
Wilson.
No,
Russ cooked. Man, Russ cooked for a minute.
You can't take anything away from Russell Wilson. And
he was awesome.
Fuck that short fuck.
Dude won a Super Bowl. Was that another one?
Should have won two. But Pete Carroll decided, let's throw the ball when I have 3 times to run the ball with fucking beast mode.
I'm pretty sure their running game and their defense was a
Like,
solid chunk of those 2 years.
I'll say this about Russell Wilson. He was too loyal to Pete Carroll in the aspect that,
Fuck that short fuck.
Russ Wilson was awesome. And maybe that's it. I'll say this about Russell Wilson. He was too loyal to Pete Carroll in the aspect that, I'll say this about Russell Wilson. He was too loyal to Pete Carroll in the aspect that he listened to him at that point.
No, he was too loyal to his
I would've
wife
said,
and wouldn't just shut
we
the
che-
fuck up and do his job.
We checking out of this shit right now. Yo, you ready, Marshawn?
Sean,
I'm about to
we're gonna
hand
do
this shit off to you.
Right, we're handing it
No,
off.
no, no.
You guys block. Marshawn carrying. Let's go.
Great coaching.
As soon as that call came in, I'm
Pete-
like, huh? No.
Pete
Bel-
tried to make Russell the star.
and Belichick
Yeah.
shoved it up his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belichick's like, I'm not calling timeout. You call timeout. He played chicken with
No,
him.
he definitely did. Yeah.
Made Seattle.
Made,
I'm not
Deion,
showing you-
made
I'm
Deion
not
Brents a
showing
lot of money.
No, but I mean that.
And who was the corner that
No.
intercepted
no, it was Malcolm
it?
Butler.
Malcolm
Butler, yeah.
Made. I mean, he made himself a household name right there.
Yeah.
He made the play. They did that play in practice. They knew it was coming. I mean,
Was
that
he a rookie or second
Rookie
year?
or a
was a
second year
2 or
guy.
third
It was
year
it was
guy.
it was early in his career. Second,
Yes.
third year at most.
Yeah, they
I don't
didn't
think he
re-sign
was
him.
third
They let
year.
him go, and he eventually came back, but they let him
Yeah.
go. But they knew that play was coming, and they pretty much told Pete,
He
go
read
ahead and
that
change it. Yeah,
from. I mean, as soon as he saw them line up, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm
That's
ready."
Belichick.
He's gonna jump it.
loved it.
And I mean, it's smart. And they won him another Super Bowl, which sucks because God knows we've hated New England for so long. Now we don't care.
Oh,
No.
I
It was
like
Belichick.
seeing
It was the
lose.
Belichick Brady combination. It's like fuck them.
It's just because you don't like. I mean, I don't like those Boston fucks.
No, they're cocky, pompous pricks.
Yeah.
But Belichick doesn't get a job, and Atlanta hires Raheem Morris over Belichick, and
Yeah, but it sounds like. Have you seen the? Did you see the reports where like Robert Kraft calling him and telling him, "Hey, dude,
Arthur
don't
Blank.
hire him. He's not loyal. He's not this. He's not that." It sounded like Robert Kraft like blackballing him pretty much.
he wants that Jerry Jones love, where it's like, no, it's because of me. We won these 6 Super Bowls. And
No. What it was a combination of Belichick and Brady. It was a combination of
They
coach,
needed each other.
quarterback.
Yes,
Yeah, we talked
Combo.
about this before. It's these two needed each
Bill
other.
Walsh
They
isn't
need-
winning Super Bowls without Steve
Joe
and
Montana.
Yes,
I mean,
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly,
You need-
exactly.
and sometimes the relationship works, and sometimes it doesn't work. And even a guy like Tony Dungy and even Peyton Manning, like Dungy was a defensive guy.
Well,
and all
dude, look
that.
at. I said this for a long time. I thought it was absolutely hilarious during that stretch. Is you had Tony Dungy, who at that time was one of the best defensive guys in the league, and he had the best offense. And then you had Brian Billick in Baltimore, who was one of the best offensive minds in the league, and he had the best defense.
because they let their coaches coach.
Yeah.
and those are the best coaches, the guys that kind of give the entitlement to their coaches, their staff, their
That's it.
players.
Let the guys do their job.
Do your job. Do your job, and having confidence, and
Yeah.
let them do it.
That's when you win. I mean, fuck, dude. Brian Billick won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer.
Just don't throw it to the other team, bro.
But I
He
mean-
didn't win it with Trent Dilfer. He won it with defense.
He won in spite of Trent Dilfer.
Yes,
In spite of Trent
that's a
Dilfer.
better way to look at it.
It didn't help that he was playing Kerry Collins and the Giants either, though. But
What a
Trent
luck of the
Dilfer
draw
did
there.
Exactly what he needed to do, and at that point, the game hasn't become what it really has today. With the
yeah,
where
but those guys,
everyone's throwing for 4,000 yards and
those
everything.
those Baltimore defenses, then
Oh, they're
they
legendary.
won games where the offense kicked like 3 field goals,
Oh, that's his legend.
and the defense had scored 2 touchdowns on interceptions or fumble returns and shit like that. Like it was fluky, lucky in a way, but still very good.
A defense hasn't set in the tone like that in 25 years.
No, dude,
You
I don't know.
Win because of.
I don't
your
know
defense.
another defense been like that. Name
No.
me one
No, not
since then.
85 Bears, but since then, no. I mean,
It's that Baltimore defense, 85 Bears.
they won the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it. And sad part, there won't be any more defenses like that. There won't be. There won't be.
It might shift again. Who knows, man?
Oh yeah, because that's what the NFL wants is 6-3 games.
Oh, they don't. That's why the rules are where they're at.
But anyway, what else you got, brother?
Well, I mean, in terms of drafting and doing well at it, I think Kansas City did a solid job.
I did too.
Picked up a tight end in the 4th round. Of course, their first round they moved up and grabbed Xavier Worthy. I would have gone Leggett, but Andy Reid does like that fast offense, so It makes sense for what they're designed to do.
Looking at the Chargers.
Also, protection for Mahomes
Yeah.
is always a good idea.
Looking at the Chargers overall draft, I don't think it's
Not
terrible.
No,
don't
I don't
think
think the
it's
Chargers
terrible.
did bad. No, I don't think the Chargers did bad at all. You're talking about getting the best offensive lineman available.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All day,
all-
every day.
That's what Justin Herbert needs is more protection.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
perfectly fine. You do go out and get a wide receiver in Landon
McConkey.
McConkey, so
Yeah.
I like it.
You
All
got
right.
Brendan Rice late, too. I mean, it's still not a bad. I mean, Bryce is going to see time.
He's a legacy. I get it. So.
He's going to see time. They ain't got nobody else.
Well, Brendan Rice will probably get
They're
some.
not winning and losing games for Brandon Rice.
Yeah, no,
but
I
that's
understand
fine.
that. I'm just saying that, like, he's going to see time.
So it looks like they picked another guy from Michigan right after. You want one of those two guys to make your team.
Yeah.
You're hoping one of the two guys.
Paying out. You got
Yeah.
the diamond in the rough in this thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, and why not go for, a former Hall of Fame's kid? Hall of Famer's kid. Why not? It makes sense, yeah.
I like the Rams going and getting Verse. I think that's a good move for them with Donald going away.
I mean, but he's more of an edge rusher, right?
Yeah, but they went straight after defensive
already got
tackle right
Bosa.
after that, too.
Oh, wait, no, Bosa's a Charger. God, why
Yeah.
did I mix up the L.A. team so much?
They went back-to-back Florida State guys.
Yeah, I see that.
They did.
That's not bad. A little early for the running back, but if that's, that's your guy.
We saw the ACC was awful in football this year.
Dude, Florida State got screwed because Jordan Davis got hurt.
Hunter.
It was the right move. Florida State wasn't beating any of those four other teams, though.
Did you say Jordan Davis?
Jordan something, right?
No, it was Travis Hunter.
Oh, shit. Where the fuck am I
Right?
going?
Or Hunter or something.
Travis Hunter. It's Travis Hunter, I think.
No, Travis Hunter's the guy from Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
the dude that
it's-
got drafted.
By the
He
Jets.
got drafted by
Ian Coleman and
by the Jets.
Jordan Travis. It's
There we
yeah,
go. There we go.
It's
There
a
we go.
Travis.
There we go.
Travis something.
I knew.
But he got drafted.
Again, he's in a position he doesn't have to play. That's a great spot.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
as
great
prospect,
spot.
As a prospect, I'd love that. Yeah, I don't have to do it
Great
for 2
spot.
years.
And Aaron ain't got to have any kind of fucking pissy. Oh, they got a first round guy to replace me.
No threat. I agree.
Yeah, no threat.
I'll tell you who had a bad draft.
Who?
It's going to be the Giants. I mean, yeah, you address the need at wide receiver, but, I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Is it because the Giants just stink, or
I think so. I mean, like, I just think they could address the hell of a lot more, especially when you're talking about having the number 6 pick. You could trade back and then stockpile some picks there. Do something a little bit differently, especially when people are searching for quarterbacks all over the place.
Right.
And
when you have that many holes on your roster, why not just bulk up on those
yes.
picks? I agree.
Yeah, but wide receiver was one of those holes.
I mean, was
absolutely,
it?
it was.
But can
Yeah.
you? But tell me, are you okay with like say Leggett at the end of this round
Is
instead of
Neighbors
Neighbors?
making them
Is
better now?
Well,
Neighbors?
there were
Leggett.
several guys back there. Thomas, Leggett.
Yeah, so
you would
we're
think
talking-
that
get it.
someone who wanted a quarterback could have jumped up at the right
come
price.
and got this, and I'm trading back, and I'm still getting a solid guy that's going to be there for me.
I think there
at
was
wide
plenty of
receiver.
teams trying to get up. It was whether or not they were wanting to give up what teams wanted.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
If-
I've
but
seen
it's sitting
stuff
at
where
number
the, like
6.
the
It's
Raiders
sitting at
wanted to
number
move
6,
up.
right? But sitting at number 6, you're talking at least 2, if not 3 first rounders right there.
Right. If someone really,
I think that
wanted
was
to
the problem. I think they wanted so much that nobody wanted to pay it. That's why the Raiders stood pat.
And this is
Where
why
they're
the
at.
Giants suck, because you probably got a deal that was worth taking, and you fucking said no.
Sometimes you got to roll the dice, and that's when some of these.
I
GMs go
actually, you
into
know
job
what?
protection.
2 first for that even. I don't know if Neighbors is going to be that much better than say a Leggett.
Well, here's the thing.
Right? Is he Jamar Chase? I mean, that's what you're banking on and you're hoping. But
Well, no, here's the problem with
you
all
might
that.
get that production. of
It's
Leggett.
not whether or not those guys can be right. It's what Daniel Jones can do for them.
But yeah, I mean, it really does come down to what Daniel Jones is going to be able to
I
do.
mean,
Daniel
Neighbors
Jones
is the
big.
best wide receiver Jones is going to play with.
And Daniel Jones is proven to be a competent quarterback at times. Like, he can get the job done.
And he's never had a talent at wide receiver like
Yeah.
Neighbors. Never.
Well, you just lost Saquon, so good luck, Daniel Jones.
Right, because
There's-
now teams are just gonna.
I don't see the Giants.
You
winning
you
more
only
than
got to
5
rush
games.
4. You only got to rush 4 on
Yeah,
it.
you only have to rush 4. What's the problem? I mean, what else are you gonna do?
I mean,
Giants picking early next year too.
Yeah, I agree.
Them
Yeah.
Panthers. I mean, I don't
the
know.
Giant, the
Well,
Giants.
the Panthers are going to be happy to be picking early next year because they fucked it up this year.
Oh, they fucked it.
And then
Well,
what
they-
do you do?
they
You
didn't
pick-
fuck
you
it up
pick
this year,
another-
they fucked
another
it up
number
last year.
1 next year when you have Bryce Young in your roster for 2 more years. I mean, it's
Here's the
shit
thing:
show.
they're gonna have to do whatever they can do for Bryce Young for the next 2 years.
Well, that means trading down and just
They're gonna have to do
building
it.
your line.
They're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
You don't trade up for a guy for 2 years later draft his replacement. You can't do it.
You mean what the Falcons did?
You can't do it. They didn't move up though.
No, they let them.
They
fall,
didn't
too.
move up.
You're right. They let them fall.
Like Carolina has to roll with Bryce Young. His entire 4 years before the option, they have to roll with him because you can't trade up, even if it is like different regimes and stuff. You're still riding with that. You have to.
So yeah, I will say let's we'll close out draft talk right now because we're already over an hour and a half. So and we want to touch on the NBA playoffs. San Francisco. San Francisco went and got a wide receiver in the first round.
I like it.
Ayuk's leaving, right?
I think either Ayuk's leaving or
Debo.
Debo's leaving.
Right.
Be dangling.
Or-
they gotta be dangling them. Some of these guys out there.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a lot of stuff about New England trading for either Ayuk or Debo.
Right, and that's what.
I
And
don't think it's
I
worth it
mean, the
because they're not
fact that
gonna
they
get
didn't
this
get
year.
traded during the draft though is kind of alarming. But
It means that they're going to roll them out.
So they went wide out 1. They went wide out 4.
They're gonna roll them out. They're gonna roll them out again.
yeah,
That's what's gonna happen, and they're probably gonna be
I like
an
Brandon, bro.
one of the NFC favorites.
I like Brandon Aiyuk though. Is he a 1? Is he a
Yeah,
he a one on.
I like
another
him.
Team.
I like him as a one wide receiver better than I do Debo.
Well, yeah, but you got a younger guy too. So
Well, it's the fact that Debo, like, because they want to run him so much in the run game, Ayuk gets less wear and tear on his body.
yeah,
I don't want to pay Ayuk the way I got to pay AJ Brown or CeeDee Lamb though. I don't think he's that.
No,
good.
I don't think he's that level
Right?
of a guy.
I don't
Why
I
not?
think
That
he's
guy.
the benefit of an offense that's stacked.
So you don't think he could be a true number one like that?
Well, he is, but I think he's more of like a Reggie,
He's
like
a
a Reggie Wayne number 1. I
he's
don't
a-
think-
There we are.
he's
That's a good point.
No way, man. I think he's better than that.
no, I don't.
Do you think he's on the level of CD or AJ Brown, or even Devontae Smith for that matter?
Yeah, I think he's better than Devontae Smith.
Okay, so if Ayuk was in the same position as Devontae Smith and had to play second fiddle to AJ Brown, you think Ayuk's gonna put up better numbers than Devontae Smith?
Fuck yeah,
Bullshit.
yeah.
No,
He's a bigger fucking receiver.
I got a big receiver in AJ Brown.
He's big and he's just as fast.
He ain't
I'm
fat.
fine with that.
He ain't
I like Ayuk, but I'm not. putting him
I
top
would
10
rather have
guys.
I would have Ayuk over, like, you're trying to make him a number 2.
I'll take
in
Debo's
your
10
system.
games. No, I'll take Debo's 10 games because he's a fucking game changer. And when he is playing, man,
This
he-
is a valid point too. Yeah,
I like Ayuk, but I don't want to pay.
Yeah,
him
but
top 10.
Debo's hurt
But when
Okay,
he-
because
let's-
he's in the running game. He'd get blasted more.
put Ayuk on the Panthers.
Well, fuck you. You're looking at a shit team all the way around. That's not a
Okay?
fair
No,
comparison.
no, this is a fair comparison.
How's that a fair
him-
comparison?
Put him on the Panthers. He's a clear cut number 1 wide receiver.
True.
You put Devontae Smith on there.
Number
Clear cut
one.
number 1 wide receiver.
Sure.
You think Ayuk's gonna make him better or Devontae Smith?
Neither one of them making them any better because their offensive line
They
is shit.
obviously have to because they're going to be the best wide receiver on the field. You're giving somebody a target,
You'll get
and
70
Devontae
catches,
Smith
800
stretches the
yards from
field
either or.
so much better than
You're not getting-
a
I
lot of
think-
wide receivers out there.
You're not getting very much different production because the offensive line is still shit. You still have short ass Bryce Young trying to throw on the ball.
Diggs or Ayuk? Who would you rather? I'd rather
Diggs is apparently a head case.
He is. That's
think
why I'm
that's-
asking. Go ahead. You got like a solid floor with Ayuk, or you got like a Diggs who's a
Give me
Yeah,
Ayuk.
so-
I don't think. Well, although Ayuk's kind of showing out to be kind of a head case here too. He's like, you're in a good situation in San Francisco. Like, just suck the shit up and do your thing. But yeah, he's kind of being a head case. Give me Diggs.
Diggs is a head case, yes, but Diggs is a head case for the right reason. Diggs wants to fucking win.
Okay,
So I'm just trying to see
he's
where
done a lot of that in his career. Period. He played in the NFC Championship game.
And
Yeah, fucking smashed. But
it's
Ayuk, I think is I don't know. He's like I said, like a Reggie
I like
Wayne
Ayuk.
one, like a Torrey Holt one, like a
yeah,
Isaac
Torrey
Bruce one.
Holt's a solid comparison. I like that.
Torrey
in
Holt's
that
a
ball-
goddamn Hall of Famer.
Sure,
Sure,
maybe
and Ayuk could be, but
if Ayuk,
How
was
are you
on the-
going to compare it to a Hall of Famer and then be like, but?
if Torrey Holt's on the Panthers, he's nobody. He's another guy getting. 70
That's what I'm
catches
saying.
for
It's
850 yards a year.
situational.
that's what we're
It's
talking about.
situational.
Torrey Holt.
Everybody's
Won a
career is
fucking Super Bowl.
situational. Yeah, with Kurt Warner.
Okay,
If I was
there's
Brandon
only
Aiyuk, I'd just shut my mouth and stay in San Fran.
that's
That's
what we're
what I-
trying
right,
to
but,
say.
but he wants to get paid as a number one. He wants to get paid like
And he
AJ
should.
Brown
He should. Philly is paying A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith as number one. Yes or no?
They are.
There you go.
They are both number ones.
There you go.
I'm super happy about it too. Couldn't be
There you
more,
go.
more pleased.
You know, truthfully,
still want
the
those
best
guys.
player on San Francisco is
I still- yeah,
goddamn
I still want
McCaffrey.
him.
Right?
Yeah, McCaffrey's opening up for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
McCaffrey makes Ayuk better.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
And
But
look,
at the same time,
Where I
Ayuk-
don't think it matters who the running back is for AJ Brown. AJ Brown's going to be fucking open,
yeah,
and that's
he's
where I
open all
think-
day.
That's where I think Ayuk is a tier down.
He's
from
not. He
AJ
doesn't
Brown.
get the
yeah,
separation
but
that
Ayuk's
AJ
still a
Brown does.
number one receiver.
Not arguing that.
Then
I
he
agree with you.
deserves to be paid that way.
All
The
right.
problem is San Fran doesn't have the financial
I'd rather trade you for a second round
ability
pick.
to pay him like a number one.
Yeah,
Right,
trade him
right.
for a pick.
and I'll trade him for a late first or an early second
Yeah.
round pick. And take
Well,
another one out
they
there.
didn't do it, so now they're stuck with it.
And then you
Right.
take Ayuk. Like, all right, put Ayuk on the Colts.
He's not.
Anthony
doing-
Richardson would love that.
Okay, I'm
Is he,
saying
doing
this.
Love
much,
it.
is he doing much more than Michael
Pittman?
Pittman though?
No, I'm thinking the same. There's the same
I think
guy.
Pittman's overrated.
Okay, but Pittman's still
Okay.
going to catch 80 balls for
Yeah.
900 yards. 70.
Ayuk's better.
I think Ayuk and Pittman are
I think
basically one of the
Ayuk's
same
better
guys.
than Pittman.
All right.
I think Ayuk's closer to Pittman than Ayuk is closer to AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb and those guys. But
Absolutely, yeah. I think he's taking Pittman money, and he should be all right.
yeah,
Pittman don't even want Pittman money.
I like these.
I mean,
thoughts.
wide receiver.
Pittman
but-
forced him to pay him what he's paying him because he's their number one,
Well, that's what I'm
and
saying.
he ain't Ayuk.
Tell me who's Pittman had threw the ball to him lately? Does someone? I mean Matt Ryan.
Oh, see
Phil
now
Rivers.
now it's where it's
Gardner
comparison comes.
Minshew.
in. You're talking about quarterbacks and this and that. You're like, oh well, let's put him on the Panthers and see who does better.
Or, no, I think a true number
That would
one
be,
is
that
a
makes
guy
it true. As a guy
gonna
that's going
tilt
to
that
catch
field,
fucking
that's
balls.
going to tilt that coverage, and that number
Yes.
one cornerback is always going to go to that guy. And I
Ayuk
think
could
when
be
you play
that
San
guy.
Francisco- But I
you
think
think
my number,
Ayuk gets 1,000 yards on every team?
Yes,
I don't.
No.
yes.
AJ Brown does. CeeDee Lamb does.
Right.
You're talking about
And Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Chase, Justin Jefferson. They get 1,000 yards on every team they play on.
Bro, 1,000 yards ain't but 60 yards a goddamn game.
True. But
You're
again,
acting like it's fucking a huge accomplishment. It's 18 goddamn
But
games
CeeDee
now.
Lamb and AJ Brown are doing that versus the number one cornerback from every team. Ayuk doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Ayuk is not going to get.
Because they have
We're
to
not worrying about Ayuk
diversify
first. Okay.
their defense so much.
Ayuk isn't getting fucking 15 goddamn targets a game either. Correct?
He don't deserve them.
He didn't
doesn't.
deserve them?
no.
Or there's just not enough targets to go around.
Maybe a little bit of that too. I agree, but I just think talent wise, I'm taking Smith, AJ Brown.
I'm throwing the
CeeDee.
ball to Debo. I'm throwing the ball to Christian McCaffrey way before I throw the ball to Ayuk.
He's third in the pack.
Look at Debo's
And
fucking
probably
numbers.
behind-
Look at Debo's numbers and look at Ayuk's numbers. Ayuk gets way more targets than Debo. They use Debo more in the running game. in a reverse game, in a short slant game.
Okay.
Debo ain't fucking catching the ball.
So
Debo ain't stretching
Are you
defenses.
telling me Debo is he's affecting the game more than Aiyuk, right? That's what you're telling me?
He's more gimmicky.
I should pay Debo more than Aiyuk. You're supporting a Debo paycheck over Aiyuk right now with that argument.
No way, because Debo ain't healthy.
He is gimmicky
because of the fucking gimmick.
He's the perfect gimmick though for that offense, and the same way like Percy Harvin was sort of.
Yes.
Right. That's where like Debo, they're game changers, and again I like Aiyuk. I think he is that Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt kind of number one.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
He could become a Hall of Famer doing that.
But you don't pay him on the scale of a top 5 receiver. No.
Reggie Wayne made a fucking fuck ton of money. Look at Reggie Wayne's contract for when he was the number one receiver.
He was the fucking
he was one of the top 5 paid wide receivers.
Peyton Manning was throwing the football.
Yeah, but you're trying to compare him to that, and he was still paid as one of the top 5 fucking wide receivers.
That's a good argument.
He was. But he was good, though.
Yeah, but you can't sit here and say, oh, he ain't any better than Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, have a beer.
And he
Shut
doesn't
the fuck
deserve
up,
that
Steve.
kind of
Shut
money.
that down,
And he
Shut
was
that
still
down.
one of the top 5 paid wide receivers in the league.
These are the talks I like. These are the.
God damn.
Ayuk's not that guy, though. I think Reggie Wayne goes to another team and is that good. I don't think Aiyuk is. Ayuk's not that guy. He's just not. Maybe it's because he's silent, and maybe it's because you don't see a lot on him.
I'm sorry. Aiyuk isn't that guy when he has Mr. Irrelevant throwing in the ball, and you're trying to make a comparison to him who had with Reggie Wayne, who had goddamn Peyton Manning throwing him the ball.
Brock Purdy.
That's way
Brock Purdy comes into a situation you're talking about Caleb Williams coming into. Don't even play this shit with me.
And when you're playing against San Francisco, when you're going, all right, we got to focus on McCaffrey, and then we got to focus on where Debo's running. And then we got to focus on Kittle.
No.
Now I'm going to focus on Brandon Aiyuk. After
No.
that.
Yeah, he's the 4th guy.
I'm sorry.
He's the 4th
option.
guy.
No.
Ayuk is the 4th option.
Ayuk is a number 1 receiver, no matter where he plays.
But he's still the 4th option on his own team. And that's fine.
He's still the number 1 receiver.
He is.
He had more
has to
receptions
be
than
by
Kittle.
default.
He had
By
more receivers than
default.
Debo. He had more receivers than McCaffrey. What the fuck do you want him to do?
I'm sorry, Debo and McCaffrey have to do what else on that team? Oh, yeah, they got to carry the ball. I forgot about that. Yeah, they're the run team.
Oh, my God. It's like talking to a goddamn brick wall. You're comparing him to Reggie Wayne.
You might as well talk
You're
to a
comparing
brick
him
wall.
to
That's the only one
Reggie
that's going to
Wayne,
agree with you
but
here.
at the same time, you're trying to say that Reggie Wayne wasn't a top 5 paid wide receiver when he was the number 1 in Indy, with Peyton Manning throwing in with the ball.
Reggie Wayne's a 1B still.
Oh, fuck. No.
Reggie Wayne, was the first option in that offense, not the 4th.
Right. You were going Edgerrin, and then you were going Wayne or Marvin Harrison. I still think.
Well, later
on,
on, it wasn't Marvin
Yeah,
Harrison. It was Reggie Wayne.
You still have Peyton giving Reggie Wayne 10 times the targets that Ayuk's getting.
Okay,
But he didn't have the same number of weapons. You had 3.
When Reggie Wayne was the number 1, he didn't have the same weapons either.
Edgerrin James was all pro.
No, Edwin James, that's fine. But wide receiver, you're looking at Pascal?
I don't think Pascal was there when he was there.
No, you're talking Harrison, Dallas Clark.
Yeah.
Edgerrin
Ooh, he
James.
did have Dallas.
Yeah,
Clark.
you're talking about all that other stuff. So don't sit there and you can't.
I just don't want to pay Wayne that much. Or I'm sorry, I don't want to pay Aiyuk that much.
No.
I just don't. That's all.
I want to see it proven on another level. I don't want to see it proven within this system and with a.
Goddamn, I gotta look this shit up now.
So the ultimate, like,
Go ahead and look it
Yeah,
up. I don't
piss
care what
me
the
off,
numbers
bro.
look. I'm telling
NFL
you,
reference. The ultimate number 1 on bad teams was like Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson was the number 1.
Andre Johnson's a Hall of Famer, and
Yes.
he shouldn't be. Steve Smith should be a Hall of Famer.
No, Andre Johnson's a Hall of Famer, and Steve Smith probably is
Steve
too.
Smith
Brandon
should be.
Aiyuk is
Smitty
not.
should be.
Look the numbers up. Steve Smith's numbers are better than Andre Johnson's.
We could go. I still think.
Look them up.
No.
But Andre Johnson had no one ever throw him the football.
No one ever. I mean, he had a couple Aaron Foster years, but Andre Johnson was a number 1.
So Jake Delhomme.
No,
They still went to a Super Bowl.
I still think Steve
With
Smith
Delhomme.
is probably a
Steve
Hall of
Smith
Famer.
is a better wide receiver than Andre Johnson.
No.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a tough one. That's a tough one.
Look at the numbers.
I love Smitty.
He has more all-purpose yards than Andre Johnson. Steve Smith has like the 4th most all-purpose yards in the history of the NFL.
Love Steve Smith, and it's a great debate. But I still think if I'm
We're
starting a
going
team,
way off topic, but I mean, really, I do like the
Great debate.
convo, so let's keep going. But Smitty,
Brandon Aiyuk had.
so Steve started losing an argument, wanted to go to a
1,350
new argument.
No, I'm not leaving this argument. God damn.
No, you're starting
Almost
to look
1,400
up
yards
Smitty.
on 75 fucking catches.
Who are we talking about?
Brandon Aiyuk.
Had what?
1,350 yards on 75 catches.
no one's worrying about Brandon Aiyuk though. They're just not worried.
That's
about
not
him.
fucking. That's not
Do you
fucking
think the
shit
game
numbers
plan-
though.
Again, if you put him on the Cardinals last year, the Patriots last year, he's not doing that. They're not.
Nope.
He's not tilting
Nope.
the coverage.
Well,
He's
first
not.
of all,
I'm looking at the Hall of Fame meter right now.
yeah,
Reggie Wayne is higher than Torrey Holt, and Reggie Wayne will get in.
Yeah.
Julio,
where's Steve Smith at?
He's right below, just right below.
He's yeah, but look up all-purpose yards.
You know,
All-purpose.
I don't care. He used to return kicks. We're not doing
He's still
that.
got 14,000 yards receiving.
He got 14,000 yards.
Yeah,
receiving.
no, I mean,
Reggie
and
Wayne
And
is
he's got
12
like
from
another 12. He's got like another like 2,500 all-purpose.
No, Smith's number 1. Reggie Wayne's number 1A. Ayuk is not in that level though. I just
I'm not
No.
comparing Aiyuk to C. Smith. But I'm telling you, dude,
But we were
1,300.
just talking about Reggie Wayne.
We're talking like
Reggie Wayne's up
Ayuk's
there.
fucking. Reggie Wayne had years
6
where
Pro
he
Bowls,
was
1
the
All-Pro.
number 1 guy after Marvin Harrison left. Yes or no?
Adrian James was there, right?
Marvin Harrison was there 96 to 08. Reggie Wayne was there 01 to 14. So there was another 6
Yeah, it's like
years,
another 5 years.
5 years of prime, 4 years of prime.
Well, Reggie Wayne was there 2 years without, 1 year without Peyton, right?
Not as many touchdowns, Reggie Wayne. Harrison scored some more touchdowns. Harrison was the one, right? I mean, Harrison was the one. He was.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, always. Yeah, he's the Hall of Famer.
Yes.
But Reggie Wayne was better than a 2. So that's where I think I just don't feel that Ayuk is.
Yeah. Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison are
What's the
basically
most receiving
today's
yards at it?
or was that time's A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. That's really what you're looking at. You have 2 number 1s on the same team.
I'm good with that.
It's just, I mean, Ayuk's a number 1. Don't get me wrong. I just don't
Well,
think
then
he's
he's-
like a great. I don't think
He
he
has the
should
most
be.
catches on the team, so he's number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a number 1.
Okay.
He's a
It's,
number 1.
I just don't want to pay him as much as Tyreek Hill or CD Lamb or AJ Brown.
Would you? Okay,
Yeah,
wanted
but you
to-
know the difference between Ayuk and CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill is? They made it further in the playoffs.
Well, they didn't
Fucking Tyreek Hill withered in the fucking playoffs. Withered.
Okay. I mean,
Withered.
Tyreek-
Once he had to start
San Francisco
playing.
was stacked on offense, and they got
Miami's
fucking,
not stacked.
they're one dimensional though. I mean,
Yeah.
they ran.
Miami's not stacked.
No, they're stacked.
They're one
but
dimensional.
Well,
Yeah.
how are they one dimensional?
Tyreek Hill's an All-Pro. I mean, he made All-Pro last year. CD Lamb made All-Pro.
Tyreek Hill. You got fucking their running game. You telling me Miami's one dimensional?
They're that. I don't know. They're that September team that scores a lot of points.
They
and then when the
score
weather gets
early,
cold-
and then once it gets cold and they got to travel in the cold, fucking they suck donkey dick. They got the shit beat out of them in New England. They got the shit beat out of them in Buffalo.
And Philly.
Yeah,
My
that's
bu-
my fucking point.
Although I think they played in Miami when Philly beat the brakes off of them.
Okay.
But neither here nor there. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. Let's talk about the fact that Ayuk is not on that level. He's just not. He's okay. You start your team. You want Ayuk
What was
or you want
Devontae
Tyreek
Smith?
Hill?
Give me Devontae Smith's stats this year.
Well,
It's
I
not
know-
really
Give 'em to
necessarily
me.
fun.
Give me Devontae
But-
Smith's stats this year.
I know. Like,
He was a
pro-
1,000-yard
what?
receiver.
No, prospect wise, what Ayuk was a number 1 pick, correct? And so was
Ayuk, I don't
Devontae
think
Smith.
was the number 1 pick. Oh, yeah,
He was a
was.
first
25.
round.
He was
a-
25.
He was a first round.
25 in 2020.
He went to
Absolutely.
Illinois.
In a system that doesn't give rookies a lot of time. They have to develop into it.
Let's
Correct?
see. Devontae had 81 receptions for 1,066 yards and 7 touchdowns this year.
Okay, Ayuk had 75 receptions for 1,300 yards.
Okay, so he caught a little bit more longer bombs, and Jalen Hurts was hurt. Is that right? Did you say that at the top of this hour? Did you say it?
Did he play every game?
Huh?
Did he play every game?
Just like Brock Purdy.
All right, well then, hurt or not hurt doesn't matter. I did say that I do feel there was something wrong with him, but we're not talking quarterback. We're talking wide receiver.
Does he have an AJ Brown? Does Ayuk
Where are you
have an
taking
AJ
Ayuk
Brown?
in a fantasy draft next year? Where's he going? He's
Where
not
do
going.
you take Brandon Aiyuk? Yeah, let's go.
Probably third round.
Right. Okay, and that's probably right. But
Probably third
How
round.
many more wide receivers are going to be off the board before you get him?
Tyreek Hill, Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Where else? Are we
AJ
going?
Brown,
AJ Brown's.
Well,
going
I'm
for-
not-
Devontae Smith.
I wouldn't take CeeDee Lamb ever because, yeah.
Oh, I hate 120 catches and 1,500 yards. Yeah. 12 touchdowns.
Fucking, it's Dallas and they fucking can suck my dick.
All pro. All pro.
I mean, it's all fine and good, but
But I'm just saying,
you understand-
you're sitting here telling me that he's not a number one receiver, and he is.
No, we're not saying he's not a number one. We've
Yeah, but you're
agreed-
saying
we
you don't wanna
agreed to
pay
that.
him.
We don't want to pay him like a top five,
He's just
and
not
that's
a
what he
tier
wants.
one receiver. He's a number one.
He's
yes.
a tier one receiver.
There's 32 tier one. Oh, no.
He's
There's
a
32
tier
number ones.
one.
No,
He's a
not.
tier one receiver.
I disagree.
No.
He had 75 catches and 1,300 yards in an offense, which you guys are trying to say he's not the number one option.
He'll never be an all pro again.
What the fuck ever, bro?
I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
Uh,
I'm just saying, you
we'll
guys are
revisit
sitting
next
here.
year.
No, you guys are sitting here saying that like 75 catches, 1,300 yards in a year where or in a scheme in which he's not the number one option. Make him the number one option.
I think I could plug someone else in there, and I could get 90% of his production for about 60% of the pay, though. I think I could fill in someone else and get close to that.
Okay, well, if San Fran could have done it, they would have. And they didn't, right?
Steve, I need you to go ahead and finish your beer. Because, there he goes.
They didn't, right?
Can you burp on command is in the chat right now. Oh, that's awful. Give
No,
me a
dude, it's
beer,
weak
man.
right now. I only
That's
have this
weak.
much beer.
It's so awful. Jesus.
We're the live.
This
Fucking
is the guy
weird
that just
burp guy.
pops on, but although he said weak one, yeah.
It was a weak one, dude. I didn't have that much beer. And I'm arguing, so I'm exhaling a lot of
He's getting hot.
I am.
He's so bad right now.
I am, dude. Dude, there's no way. You guys are like, oh, he's not a number one. I'm like, dude, he was a number one wide receiver in a scheme in which you guys are saying, is the fourth option.
Mike Evans. I'll take Mike Evans first, too, right?
Yes, I'd take Mike Evans over him, absolutely.
Yes. I'm just
No.
saying something. What?
Mike Evans is old, bro.
Mike Evans has done 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns for 10 years.
He's old. And if you want to count other position, that motherfucker is relying on Baker Mayfield. If quarterback counts for anything.
Baker hasn't been there for 10 years. Mike Evans has been doing it regardless of the quarterback. Mike Evans
Valid fucking.
is doing 1,000
point.
yards, 10 touchdowns.
Oh,
every
well,
year.
fuck, dude. When Jameis was there, that's the only motherfucker he could see because he's so goddamn big.
Mike Evans is going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if Brandon Aiyuk is. Mike Evans will be a Hall
Mike
of Famer.
Evans will be a Hall of Famer. I'm not arguing that.
Okay. I'm just
Oh,
Mike
do
Evans been
you
there for
think-
how many
is Aiyuk-
years?
is
Ayuk has
Aiyuk-
only played 4.
Is Ayuk going to be a Hall of Famer?
I don't know at this point.
But you are sucking his dick so hard like he's fucking going to be the first ballot Hall of Famer
That's
right now.
not what I'm
That
saying.
is what you're doing.
No,
You're-
what I'm saying is
you're
he's a
arguing
number
for
one
him
wide
to
receiver and he should be paid like it. And I hate paying dudes. You know that.
DeAndre
But
Hopkins.
you're arguing for him to be a top 5 paid receiver right now. That's the whole argument, right? Or did you forget that's what we're arguing?
We said top tier, not top 5.
That's top 5, right? Maybe top
Dude,
6,
top
7.
10.
All right, he might be 10.
Top 10.
He might be 10.
Top
He's
10.
number 10.
That's what I'm saying.
But he might be 10.
He might be
Dude.
15 or
CeeDee Lamb gets how many targets?
We call DeJuan right now. See what
9
he
billion?
says?
Yes. And he
All right.
should. And he should. He's
I know,
better than
I
whoever's
agree.
covering him.
I'm not disagreeing.
Okay.
But he gets fucking half a Dallas targets or close to it.
Right.
Okay. Who else?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. he gets a lot of the targets. Justin Jefferson, when Kirk Cousins was there, Justin Jefferson was getting 15 to 20 targets a goddamn game.
Tyreek Hill, even with Jaden Waddle on the other side.
Tyreek Hill still got the majority of the fucking targets.
True number one. We're going to lean towards Tyreek Hill. He scares me more.
Okay.
Right.
Who else?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans got the majority of Tampa targets, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Would you say Mike Evans is Tampa's like...
Or was Chris Godwin might have more targets.
Godwin's
That's
nice number 2.
Although Godwin, I think, might have been hurt
Godwin missed a
last
couple
year.
of games.
Yeah, so that's not fair. And I think Evans played every game.
Yes. Okay. Where else are we going? Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, obviously.
And Diggs is 100% getting the majority of the targets there, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what Buffalo is going to do in their passing game. I don't think they did.
They just drafted a wide receiver.
Yeah, but you don't replace Stephon Diggs with a rookie.
Lakers are up 7 on the Nuggies right now.
Ooh, sweet. They might win one game.
They don't wanna get
Well,
slapped.
they were up 22 games ago.
I know they lost. God, what
It's
a
still
big-
early. It's still early in that.
Yeah,
one,
they're in
yes.
there's 3 minutes left in the third. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get you.
fuck the Lakers. They can suck my dick too. I used to be an old school Lakers guy, but fucking
Steve finished all his little shot bottles, his airplane
no,
bottles.
I still got another one in there. Thank you,
He's on a heater right now.
dude. I'm pissed.
Steve
I'm
is hot as a motherfucker
I like
right now.
I like arguing about stuff like this though because I think
No,
it's
no, it's
kind of
good, it's
perspective, and there are some numbers to back up either way.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you look at Ayuk's number last year,
No,
he had 78 catches for 1,015 yards.
I know. I think that's more
And
of a
then
anomaly,
last
though.
year, he had 75 catches for 1,300 yards. Okay. There's a difference there. There's stuff there.
I'm still not worried about Brandon Aiyuk if I'm playing the Niners.
Cool.
I'm more worried.
And then
about,
Brandon Aiyuk will be the dude that beats you.
I'd rather Brandon Aiyuk beat me than
Debo
and Kittle
Christian
and
McCaffrey.
Correct.
Kittle, yeah.
Cool.
Good combo. Like it.
But at the same time, like, it's all in perspective what's around. I get that he has got other talented players around him. I get it. And I get it. I understand why they don't want to pay him number one wide receiver money. Because you know why? They're paying their second defensive tackle like the second most fucking money in the league at that position.
Roster's loaded, and they got to figure out who they're going to pay
Yeah.
and who they're not going
Yeah.
to pay.
I get it.
And
I get it.
I don't blame a guy like Ayuk for holding out.
Ayuk
Because
should be one of the
first team All Pro. I'd want to get paid like a first team All Pro.
Ayuk should be one of the guys they want to pay because he's still fucking young as fuck.
Okay.
He's still like getting into his prime. You know, McCaffrey honestly is closer to the end than the beginning.
Yeah, you could say that
Yes
for
or no?
any- Agreed. You could say that for any running back, right?
And you could say that about like a couple of their defensive guys. You know, you could definitely say that shit about Trent Williams, right? Am I lying?
No, I agree with you. I
I mean,
just like
Trent
fighting.
Williams is the highest paid offensive tackle in the league, and he's goddamn 40 years old.
Still performing at a high level, and I think he gets some.
I'm not saying he's not,
some of that seniority.
but I'm
tax,
just
right?
saying, dude, he's 40 years old, and he's like the highest paid, or if he's not the highest paid, he's definitely in the top 5.
I don't know what the Jets did for Tyron Smith, but I'm glad Dallas didn't give it. Dallas didn't spend a lot in free agency or on the draft this year, and I'm kind of they didn't need to. I mean, they know where their bread's buttered, and that's why they're kind of I think holding out for Dak and Micah and CeeDee Lamb.
Micah sounds like, from stuff I've been reading, it sounds like Micah is like turning into a locker room guy, like a locker room cancer kind of guy.
Wash your mouth, Steve.
Have you not been reading the same
I've
stuff?
read the same thing. There was
Like
word he was on the trading block before the draft.
I heard that. I don't think it's gonna happen. How can you trade a guy like that? I'm gonna suck it up.
Well, for Dallas, they don't trade guys like that, and that's why they keep losing.
Well, no, they let guys like Zeke go and guys that they thought they're gonna pay forever and all that, and there might be a time where they're gonna have to let Dak go as well.
No, the problem is Jerry
here's the
Jones
thing, though. Do you
starts
think
liking
that-
guys, and then he's like, "Ooh, let's pay him a little bit of money because this guy's going to be a Cowboy for life." And as soon as they pay him, they turn into fucking dicks and start underproducing for what they're paying him.
But Dak's value's not any higher than it's ever going to be than right now, right?
Dak is the only
Coming
Dak,
off the season that he
CeeDee
had.
Lamb, I would be fine with them resigning. I don't think they need to reset the market with Dak. I think
Well, that's
Dak
what-
doesn't
but
need
I
top
think
5
Dak-
money.
but I
I think
think
he needs
Dak
top
wants it.
10 money.
But Dak
I give-
wants that.
Dak wants top 3 money.
And
Yeah,
he,
and, I
no,
think, and then that's where I started
Then nope.
exploring the option of
Nope.
that's
So-
that's where
so-
you explore the option of trading him, because I think you're going to be just as successful without him as long as you put a decent player in that spot. And let's say you do take a year off. Let's say you trade Dak, probably not going to happen
They
now with
would've
the
done it
draft.
already,
Yeah, they
right?
would have done it. But let's say you go ahead and do it before the draft. Grab some draft equity, whatever. Hell, shit, you could have probably moved into the first round somewhere and got a Bo Nix for that.
Right.
Do you ride that Bo Nix in his contract, save so much cap space, and build so much around Bo Nix?
Or go win now, pay Dak like a top 3, top 5 quarterback. And
then choke in the first round of the playoffs?
whoa.
that's what he does.
Dak
bro.
does, though.
Can't
That's
be
what
the
he
same
does.
again next year. It can't be the same.
That's what all Dallas
That's what they
Cowboys
say
fans.
every year.
Yeah,
Fuck
it-
me.
this is their year, right? This year, Bob?
It's our year.
Should be. We have a good team. It's fucking crazy because
But
these-
we go into
Yeah, but
every
here's the
year
problem.
knowing it.
Here's the problem. It's not about you having a good team. You have good pieces here and there. Right now, I don't think you have a good team.
where's their weak? Okay, so they
It's defensively.
okay.
Linebacker, they suck. Other than Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
And Micah Parsons really ain't a linebacker.
He's
a
an edge
defensive
rusher.
end.
He's an edge. They just
Yeah.
drafted a guy from Notre Dame, but whatever. Okay, fine. So their weakness
Okay,
is
a
middle
rookie
linebacker.
guy.
Middle linebacker's your weakness.
Linebacker, period.
Yeah, outside linebacker.
I mean, Micah
Tough
Parsons
either.
is the only linebacker they got.
All right, well, he's pretty good.
Okay, one guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's Micah lining up?
They
Let's go
have-
the other
They
way.
have elite defensive backs. They have an all-pro receiver. They have Dak, who just had the best career.
Hold on, who's the other
Who's
elite
the lead
defensive
defensive
back?
back?
What? Bland or
You mean a
Trevon
dude
Diggs?
that got lucky
I mean, you could be
and
lucky.
sold out?
The guy scored 6 touchdowns on defense last year. I think that's more than
How many
fucking-
touchdowns did he get scored on? Because he sold out for it.
Yeah,
But-
because it's the same thing Diggs does
Because
too.
it's the same thing Stephon
Right.
Diggs does.
So they're a feast or
Not
famine
Stephon.
defense.
That's right.
Trevon.
Trayvon.
So they're a feast or famine defense, and that's what you got going. And I think that's what you kind of need. That's the way they're going.
But you don't need
Okay,
both
what-
your, but you
what about
don't need
safety?
both your corners doing it.
What about safety?
No. What about safety? Okay, so they need a safety. Malik Hooker's a B minus.
So you smashing them up the middle like every team did that beat them.
Run the fucking football.
That's the way you beat Dallas. You run the ball up the middle. Last year, their number one.
Why
pick
do you
was
think the Eagles signed Saquon Barkley?
You run up the middle, and
And
then you
that's-
gash them up the middle in the
and
pass
that's the
game.
move to make.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Make them load the box, and then you're fucking throwing the football against them.
Okay, and that's where your feast or famine corners got to make plays at some point, and you don't draft it. I mean, they
But I
didn't-
mean, some of
And-
the
and-
times
and
I
let
saw
me-
before Diggs got hurt, I mean, he got fucking torched.
oh Bland, yeah, but he's another feast
Bland
or
too.
famine guy.
Diggs and Bland.
let
They
me-
would get
They're both like that, and that's why it was
toasted.
nice to have Stephon Gilmore as that 3 who's more.
But
of a-
Yeah, but
Gilmore's a-
Gilmore's not there.
He's
he's
not
not
signed.
there. Yes, that is a weakness.
And
100%.
at the same time, let me give you a hint. You got the Eagles in your on your schedule that knew that.
Right.
Your other 4 games you're counting on. You're counting on the shitty Commanders and the shitty Giants.
garbage. Go to.
They're
go-
both garbage.
They're
Let's
gonna
go
lose.
for it.
They're
So
gonna
that's-
lose one of those games, just like the Birds will.
Okay, so-
I'm not being an asshole. We will lose those,
Let's
right?
go
We
3-1.
always do. We
That's
always go
3-1.
3-1 against the Giants and the Redskins because some fucking reason we'll lose one of those games,
Right.
and it's awful and it pisses you off, and you know that your team's
I know Sam
10
Howell
times better.
gave you guys
Right,
fits
exactly.
2
It,
games
just, it
last
drives you nuts. It's bullshit.
Every
It's like
roster
why
has some
all of a
holes.
sudden they get up for
Oh, they
this
all have
rivalry
holes.
game.
They all have holes. I'm not disagreeing with
And
that.
I do think Dallas, by not spending in free agency and by drafting,
Well, they don't.
an
They didn't have the
O-lineman and
money to spend.
Well, they know they're going to have to pay their All-Pro guys. They
They don't
got
have the
fucking
money to spend.
All-Pros.
I think they have $3 million in cap space right now. If
yeah,
that.
they don't have a lot of cap
It's
No,
space.
they don't.
super. It's super tiny.
They're short. Yeah, they're gonna
But
they're gonna be
even as we're talking,
squeezed for
Dallas-
their rookies. Yeah,
Dallas does have one of the top 5, top 10 rosters in the NFL, and that doesn't.
I
guarantee
agree.
you
I
anything.
agree. No, they have talent in the right positions to be successful.
And that still might be 11 11-6 or 6-11. You know what I mean? You might get either one of those.
Well, I mean,
Variables on
it honestly, we all know football comes down to how healthy can your football team be.
Right.
How fortunate will you be when it comes to health of your team?
Yeah, but it also depends on, like, and I'm going to use Julius Peppers as an example. You remember his last 2 years in Carolina when he was fighting over a contract? And he literally pretty much shut it down but played every goddamn game. And you could tell that he shut it down.
Yeah.
It's Micah that guy?
I don't know, man.
I mean, he could
Mike
be. It kind of sounds like he is that guy.
He could
No, Micah gives a damn too much.
Mike is a game changer, though.
Yeah,
He
he's
really
a game
does.
changer.
Peppers was a game changer.
Pepper's a Hall of Famer, and if by the end Micah's stats are the same, I mean, they're on the same level, but
But why Micah's not looking for a contract extension now?
Yes,
Not
he
yet.
is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is this
he's
his
already
fourth year?
looking. Yeah,
he's in year
this is year 4.
Yeah, so he can't get an
He
extension.
is looking.
Yeah, you can negotiate now.
All right,
It's him, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak. They're all looking at the
Yeah,
same
you trade
time.
Dak. You gotta trade Dak because you gotta
if I were
sign
to trade
CD.
any of those guys, I would
It
trade
Dak.
Yeah, you
100%.
gotta trade. You gotta trade him. I mean, because you're not gonna be able to sign all three of them for the money they're looking for
Yeah, but
and be successful in the long run.
but if you trade Dak, who are you replacing Dak with at this moment?
They're hoping Trey Lance is that guy, and I have no idea if he is.
Trey
He
Lance is
probably
trash, bro.
He might totally be that.
Who knows? I mean, maybe they're
San
seeing.
Francisco bet the farm on a guy like Trey Lance. Moved
They
the
did.
whole draft round.
And then they
Obviously-
when they realized they started the Mr. Irrelevant over Trey Lance,
which is just nuts. So,
which means they saw something. You know what I'm saying? You don't trade a guy like that you moved up to get for a 4th round pick.
and you don't trade CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons either. You could trade a Dak Prescott, I guess.
You don't let him walk.
you don't
That's
let
for
'em
damn
walk, right.
sure.
Especially
No,
if
you don't let him walk at all. Honestly, what if
Or upset them enough to where they want to walk.
right where they feel that disgruntled where they don't want to be there.
How-
I have a lot of feeling that like Michael Parsons just wants to like be a free agent and go to Philly. Period.
he wants to go elsewhere?
Huh?
I'll fight you right now. No.
But no, don't
let
you
me-
really,
No,
like listening
Penn
to
State
listen-
guy, yes.
listening
Let-
to him, watching him, everything. He has like this. It feels about like he just wants to be back in Pennsylvania.
Well, I hope you get like the DeMarco Murray version of.
I don't
Thanks,
think
Bob.
this will ever
you
be.
could have,
Thanks,
you could have
Bob.
that.
God, what a trash can that was.
I don't think this will ever be the thing. But Jerry Jones, like, honestly, think about this for a second. He could straight up hit the reset button on all of it. Say, fuck it. Trade Micah, trade CD, trade Dak. How many more 1st round draft picks you getting? How much draft capital you getting? How much salary are you saving?
But are you going to get someone better than Micah Parsons or CeeDee Lamb?
It doesn't matter. If you're resetting the entire roster, it doesn't matter. If you go into full rebuild,
Jerry Jones ain't going no fool.
No, Jerry Jones likes watching winning football.
That's right.
He doesn't know how to build winning football, but he likes to watch it.
he likes watching them win in the regular season and getting bounced in the playoffs.
I don't think he likes
I don't think he
watching them
likes
get
that either.
bounced in playoffs, but yeah.
But he must do because he said, "Oh, I'm all into doing better," and he ain't doing shit.
I agree with you. You can't say he hadn't.
I mean, he done nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm not
I'm all
gonna
in
pound
to
yours
doing
inside.
whatever, and I'm doing nothing.
All right, let's wrap this up with some NBA. Celtics got their asses handed, or the Heat got their asses handed to them by the Celtics today in the first game in Miami after the Heat stole one in game 2. Celtics are going to wrap this one up, right? I mean,
Yeah.
no
I
one's
think
concerned about
so.
this one being competitive.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, so we won't talk too much
Boston's that good, and
Yeah.
Miami's happy to be there. I
about
can't
it.
see Miami.
Yeah,
beating
exactly.
I mean, it's Miami with Jimmy Butler.
them. No shot.
They're completely happy being there.
My Sixers finally pulled one off in the series. They should have won game 2, but that's another story. That really
Still mad
pisses
about
me off
that.
so much. Me and Steve talked about that before. This should be 2-1 advantage Sixers, but
So Sixers.
Vegas
versus
decided
Dallas.
they didn't want that to happen, or the referees or one or the other, whatever.
Speaking of Sixers,
Are you still waiting?
let me
on
ask you a
Embiid?
question.
Yeah, let me hear.
What do you think of the Embiid foul the other night when he flopped and fucking then yanked the leg?
I mean, it's Embiid, though.
That's Embiid. Now, what do you think about Embiid being
That's
like,
dirty though, right?
like this year?
Yeah, it's a little dirty.
That's dirty as fuck.
I mean, I would curse any dude on any other team to do it, but since he's Embiid, I just don't want. I'll plead the fifth for my boy Joel.
Is he like Patrick Ewing Embiid? Are we going to get like close, get to some maybe Eastern Conference Finals, but can you win a championship?
Oh, you mean career-wise?
Career-wise. Where are we at in the trajectory?
Let's see what we do in the offseason.
You want
I
one
mean,
more
because
piece?
this isn't a roster that's going to win us a title.
No.
We'll get swept by Boston.
You need
I mean,
three.
I hate saying it, but and the third that everybody keeps talking about is Paul George, and I don't like it.
You
I
don't
don't
want
think
Paul
Paul
George.
George is no.
So who's that third piece?
I think Paul George is.
Washed.
I think Paul George is still good, but he's washed. I think Paul George could be a very, very, very good 6-man
No,
yeah.
at this time in his
he
career.
could still be
He's
number
not
2
a
or
starter
3.
anymore.
No, he's still a starter.
Dude,
Nah,
he's what, 35?
he's up there. Like
He's up
when
there,
you
bro.
when you're talking about a Joel and you're talking about Tyrese Maxey, we were hoping Tobias Harris was going to be that guy.
That 3, that
Yeah,
Chris
that
Bosh shot,
3.
yeah.
Nah,
And-
man, you guys kept Tobias Harris and let Jimmy Butler walk.
No, it wasn't that. We kept Ben Simmons and let him walk. That's a God. What
Ben Simmons is fucking.
Jimmy Butler was at a different point in his career at that point. He was ready to win. And he,
Jimmy Butler wants
And
But
to
he
win.
would have won. He would have won. The thing was, Philly decided to stick with Ben Simmons instead of Jimmy Butler because what we could pay and keep around in salary cap wise.
Right.
It was a bad decision. It
You
was
weren't
all.
ready to
It was
win at
all
that
a decision
point.
at the time. Was it? No, because Ben Simmons wasn't what he is now,
No.
and,
Yeah, he
or
was.
what he turned into. Not, but he was.
He
but
was
he
an
wasn't.
all defensive team player
People,
at that
people,
point.
people still saw. Oh, there's upside. He can still. He's gonna figure this out. We're gonna be okay. There was upside to Ben Simmons at the time,
That upside plateaued quickly.
and no,
Yes.
it plateaued the very same season. It was awful.
He was like 4
And-
games later. He's
yeah.
he's the future. Oh shit.
Whoops, bad decision.
What about how you feel about this Timberwolves Suns series?
That's kind of weird, right?
Anthony Edwards is fucking laying it on them
Yeah,
dudes.
that boy is sick.
And he is
so
talking
good.
so
Shit.
much shit to KD. I love
As
it.
he should.
He should. Oh, he's like, come on, get at me, old man. Let's do this.
He is the face of American basketball right now, right? I mean, he is the best young American player that we have. Him or Tatum, right?
Yeah.
Tatum. Tatum's definitely the best.
Tatum-
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
Tatum's
it's,
the
it's
best.
Anthony Edwards and Tatum. I won't disagree with that.
Those are the 2 best American
That's the
players.
two best.
Edwards might be the most exciting.
Yeah, 'cause you
Dude,
see that
Edwards
still.
ain't fucking letting it go, though.
He's excited. I don't
He
think.
is.
It's fun watching guys like Edwards because he's at his athletic like peak right now.
Yeah.
And he even doesn't even have
What is he, 20, 20?
He's 20,
20.
20, 21 at best?
Tops, yeah.
And he is talking shit.
I love it, man.
Like-
I'm a fan.
Talking shit.
This is my kind of basketball. Like
Last
in
summer
that.
at the Olympic team that they sent out there, he pretty much grabbed the reins as the top dude on that team. And I mean,
Here's
I don't
what's
think
gonna
they're good enough to beat Denver, but Anthony Edwards, I mean, next.
Well, here's
I
the
want to
thing.
see the matchup though.
I want to see Denver, Minnesota.
That's what I said. I want to see that
that's
matchup.
what
That's what we're
that's the
talking
one.
about. Yeah.
That's the one.
It's hard to beat Jokic. I mean, he just does everything. He doesn't make mistakes. It seems like at any situation in the game.
For a
He
guy
knows
that
what to
doesn't give
do.
a shit about the game, it's so weird.
No, he's so good and don't give a fuck.
And he doesn't do it by being physically imposing.
Yes.
He's just like, I'm smarter, pass behind the back. Nah, I don't need the score. I'll just score in the second half.
Yeah, he
And
just does it all nonchalantly. It's so
Dude,
fucking weird.
He's that straight up Eastern European fucking
Yeah.
Euro ball guy.
He's
like
Vlade
Steven.
Divac 2.0.
He's Lottie minus the smoke.
minus the smokes at halftime.
That's
Exactly.
it. That's it.
That's
Hell,
true.
he might smoke at halftime. We don't
It
even
wouldn't
know.
even shock me. I mean,
That dude is watching horse racing at halftime. That's what he's watching. Oh, I want to buy this horse.
Yeah. Or he's calling. Or you don't think he's calling Shohei and be like, "Hey, what do I bet on?"
Hey, what does your interpreter think about the game tonight?
I'm not
Lord.
betting whatever his interpreter does. He's in the hole $4.5 million.
No shit. No shit.
Do not take that guy's betting advice. Fuck
Damn.
no.
OKC.
I love all the memes where it's Pete Rose like, fuck, all I needed was an interpreter.
Pete Rose should have been pretending to be Japanese.
Dude. Oh, fuck.
All right, so the Pacers are up 2-1 on the Bucks.
Well, they're
And-
probably going. The Patriots are probably going to win that series because
Yeah.
Dame went down too.
Dame went down.
Yes, I know.
Giannis ain't
That was.
playing.
I wanted to get into that. That Achilles injury is.
It's an Achilles strain. He's going to miss a couple of days. They're talking about like a week.
Here's the thing, though. They didn't have Giannis. They still got Middleton. Right. They still got Giannis, obviously. They should win this series.
Nope. Indiana's good, bro.
They are. Halliburton looks dope.
Halliburton
look
looks
good.
good.
He's
Finally.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it, but
Dude, his last game, 18, 10, 16.
yeah,
that's what you're gonna get from him.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean with Giannis, or the Bucks without Giannis, they're just not fast. They're not fast enough to stay with a team like Indiana.
yeah, but you got Giannis. That's what I'm saying.
You get them back, you lose.
You just don't have Dame.
Now
No,
you lost
Giannis
Dame.
ain't playing.
Giannis isn't playing. I thought Giannis was back.
No.
Oh, okay. No wonder they're losing.
Yeah, they're going to lose that
Yeah,
series.
they're done.
They're done.
Fair enough.
What
We're
about
done.
Orlando, Cleveland, 2-2?
That's a good series. That's
Like
the best
That-
series in the entire
that's probably-
playoffs.
We talked about this last week. I don't know if it was on air or not, but we did mention, we were like, that's probably going to be the most intriguing one of the
What is that,
entire
four or
playoffs.
five?
Yeah, it's a 4-5 matchup.
Cleveland flamed
Just
out early last year.
Two
Orlando's
young
happy to be
teams,
there,
two
yeah.
very young teams. Here, Cleveland has who I think would be a great number 3 or number 2, even for that matter, in Philly. If Donovan Mitchell is available,
You think that's
that's
the one?
That's the one.
Okay.
You let Tyrese play the 1, Donovan play the
Right,
2, and you got Joel at the 5.
Okay.
I like what Orlando's done. Dude.
Surprisingly enough, and
Ben-
then who thought Banchero was going to be so good?
Banchero is
He was the number one
fucking
pick, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
was the
he
one
was,
pick,
yeah.
so-
Yeah, but he's the most.
But-
He is the least talked about number 1 pick in the history.
History of NBA. And,
And he's just
when he
rolling
was
doing
and
his
when he was
thing.
at Duke, you just didn't think he's that awesome. You know, I don't know.
He's
he wasn't
legit.
flashy, but like
He was
since
an
he's been
unfinished
in,
product. Yeah, he wasn't.
but since he's been in the league, he's like
legit.
he's improving slow. He's gonna be in a supermax deal in no time.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna get one of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks like he's the guy you could build your team around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude
the
left-
question is, can Orlando keep him? That's going to be the question.
That's where Paul George got to go to. They need another scorer. They play good defense. They don't have.
Yeah,
a
you
guy.
pull Paul George. I think that's something that might entice Banchero to stick around. But
Paul George has got to understand that he's a 6-man now.
no, I agree. I agree.
He'll
He's not a starter anymore.
No,
he's
will
a
be
6-man.
in Orlando.
He would
lets
be
you
a
to-
starter in Orlando. You're right.
Well, he's going to be a starter in a lot of places, but at the same time, he's not a starter anymore.
Not a one.
He's a better. Hey, if I had Paul George coming off my bench, that'd be great. It's kind of like the whole scenario we talked about Chris Paul in Golden
Yeah,
State.
or
Oh,
Russell
just
Westbrook.
bring him off the bench. Russ has been like
He's
Yeah.
been good.
cooking it off the bench.
These guys got to accept that, and I don't know if Paul George is at that point.
He ain't
in his
ready to
career
accept
where he's
it
ready to
yet.
accept it.
Yeah.
Because Russell Westbrook 2 years ago with the Lakers, he wasn't ready to accept that,
And now he's rolling with it.
and now he's an impactful 6-man, the guy that's going to come in, bring energy, score points, hold
Yep.
it down to Kawhi or Paul George back. Yeah.
Well, Wes and I talked about this a long time ago. You know, we were talking about guys that LeBron wanted to play with and
Right.
stuff. And like, why wouldn't LeBron want to play with this guy?
with who Westbrook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like,
Westbrook
he
holds
gives
the
you
ball too
everything
much.
you want.
He just
And then
touched-
they tried it, and then it was like, something's off about this.
he takes the ball too much. LeBron needs to.
Anthony
LeBron's-
Davis right now has 23 points and 19 rebounds.
That's Anthony Davis.
and he's still
But
playing.
it's-
Charles Barkley. He's proven Charles Barkley right now.
But he's in the fourth quarter, so which means he probably won't score any more points.
Yeah, that'll fucking kill
And
you on a bet, won't it?
Jokic had a triple-double already.
as
Yeah,
good
not
as Anthony
surprising.
Davis is, he's still not.
Dude, nothing
affecting
was
the game the way Jokic is.
I have never seen anything funnier to me than the press conference with Anthony Davis the other night. And, what do you think about this? Oh, they scored more points than us. And
Yep.
He slammed the mic
Smacked
down and
he's
walked off.
He's like, I'm done. This is easy.
Just dropped the mic and walked
We
off.
blew a 20-point lead. Really pissed off. Thanks. So, Oklahoma City Thunder, of course, up 3-0 on New Orleans. They're going to wrap that one up on Monday night.
Yep.
Without Zion, they don't have a chance.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But they're talking about Zion coming back for that one, but it doesn't mean they're going to wrap anything up.
I still like the Clippers and the Dallas
Yeah.
series.
That's a good series. That's a good
like it.
series.
Seems like
We're gonna have a Monday night game with Denver and LA probably. Right.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Depending on how the rest of this game goes. There's still a lot of time left.
there's still time. It's looking that way though. Just because they don't want to pull LeBron out of the playoffs this early. Referees in effect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dude.
Timberwolves are going to sweep Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think Phoenix is rolling over now.
KD, the ultimate ring chaser.
Yeah.
The ultimate. I mean, think about how many super teams he's been on.
Yeah, I know. This
Still
is
weird. I don't
Ain't
know
done
where-
shit
love-
since he left stay.
I love the fact that he's only won in the one stint, and each time he's chasing that ring, he gets beat in the first round of the playoffs.
Dude, each time he's chased, he's been to a place where, nobody else around him can stay healthy.
Yeah, exactly. It's
No.
fantastic. He is just
He'll go down as
awful.
one of the greatest scorers ever, but
No,
I think legacy-wise, he's still in the tier
He's a
below
Hall of
those.
Famer.
Right.
He's one of the greatest scorers ever. But at the same time, like,
He's going to be in that Dirk range
yep.
unless he wins another title.
yeah, but
being
here's the
man.
thing.
At least
Here's the
Dirk,
thing.
when Dirk did it, he was the MVP of the team.
When Dirk did it, Dirk didn't lead with chase rings. Dirk stayed where he was at the entire time. Dirk beat a super team to fucking win hits.
He did.
Well,
he
that's why I
beat
think
the
even though
original
they're-
the second big three.
Well, I ain't even gonna say the second big three. I mean, goddamn, dude, the Lakers teams from the '80s were fucking
but
stacked,
they
bro.
didn't call him a big three.
Dude, they had 4 Hall of Famers.
They did. Yeah.
You know, you had Magic, Kareem, James
Worthy.
Worthy, and Michael Cooper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got some Hall of Famers out there.
You got,
But that's why Dirk still is up in those conversations
Yes.
where Durant's not going to be able to surpass a guy like Dirk until
He wins
win it
something on
your
his own.
yeah. Don't
Right.
you
He's
don't
not
think-
going to win it on his own at this point.
I
No,
don't think so. I
he's
think
what,
that's just
38?
I don't think he's
No,
that old.
not 38. No, like maybe 35.
Ah, man, I think he's older than that, bro.
Get on that, Steve.
Kevin Durant. I got him right here.
35, I think.
He's born in 88.
He's 35.
Yep.
Okay.
See, I was
35.
right on the money.
So we're
35.
past the prime.
Trust me
and
when we come to the age. Don't trust Steve because he's old as fuck.
good enough to be a number one, but I don't know if about good enough to win it on his own. Where
Good
he's
enough-
probably better suited to be a number two.
Good enough to be a number one on a team that,
He's gonna get bounced in the first round.
Yeah.
versus Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Anthony Edwards though. Anthony Edwards is really awesome.
No, it's
Um,
exciting.
Edwards is good. Cat's been playing great. The only guy I don't like on that Minnesota team, I am still not big on Rudy Gobert.
No one's big on Rudy Gobert.
Except Rudy.
Except
And that's
Rudy.
it.
That's it.
They still had like one of the best defenses in the league. And
Yeah, well,
I
because they
think
got Cat and Rudy playing down low.
you could have a guy like Rudy Gobert when you have an Anthony Edwards and a Cat though, because it kind of takes the bird. I don't want Rudy to be like a number one, number two, or number three option even on offense.
Rudy is not.
So
Rudy at best is a fifth.
And that's fine
In
because
offense.
he could excel in that role. Rudy, just hold the defense down, man. Block shots, rim protect.
Dude,
And-
that's Rudy Gobert is a number 5 where like DeAndre Jordan was barely a number 4.
Okay, I mean, same ballpark. I think Rudy's a better defensive player.
Oh yeah, he's way better defensive player.
I mean, you look at any of these teams; they're built. Everyone has their roles, and the part that makes Denver so great is that like Jokic, like he plays those roles. He plays as like ball handler, and he sets up the stuff. But
He's a
also-
point. He's a point
also
center.
a
The offense
rebounder.
runs through him.
He can also be score. He does the most even when he doesn't even need to, and it
Dude,
kind of.
I love all the memes that I've been seeing the last couple weeks about where he showed up looking like Rue from Despicable Me, and it's like it's him showing up like that, and then picture the Lakers with like minion faces over him.
Even better.
It's great. It's great.
So what? Denver, Boston? You guys think anything different or no? Denver, Boston finals, or what do you got?
Dude, Boston's got to get it done.
Boston's gonna get it done.
They got to get it done.
They won't.
You don't think so? You don't think they're gonna make it to the finals?
I don't think they would beat Minnesota or Denver in the final.
The problem with Boston is Boston ran roughshod through a weak conference,
Yeah.
an injury-riddled conference. Like, I mean, what? They finished 10 games above the second place team?
I think they're like 14 or something crazy. Yeah.
You know?
I
Well-
mean, Philly fell off in the middle of the year because
Right.
Embiid was out for
Yeah.
so long.
Jimmy Butler was.
Jimmy
doing
Butler's
his
been in
thing.
and out. So Miami hasn't been the same. And the thing is, the injury bug never got to Boston.
Yeah.
True.
Nope. Didn't get to Boston. But, like, the West, that entire conference, all their playoff teams, including the Lakers, they're all been battle tested.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think the 7, 8, 9, 10 team is ever going to be in contention. Ever.
Right. I mean, at least Boston has made it to a finals. They've been in the Eastern Finals. They got beat by Miami last year or whatnot. But they are battle tested. They maybe not be winning it, but
Yeah, but where Boston is going to have their problem is they just gave Jaylen Brown that crazy ass supermax $300 million deal. They're going to have to do the same thing with Jason Tatum this year,
Yep.
all right.
which is going to start limiting their cap.
true.
So like their role players are going to be
Yeah, they're going to struggle.
they're going to drop down a little bit. They're going to drop a tier.
I mean,
Unless these guys straight up like, yeah, I can make this money, but I'd rather win chips.
Jason
Which
Tatum
they're not
and-
going to do.
Tatum's an all NBA player. He'll be first team or second team. I think
Oh, yeah,
maybe
dude.
third
He
team
is.
this year, I'm
Easily.
not sure. Right?
He's an all NBA first teamer. He is.
I like it. I like basketball this year. I don't watch too much regular season basketball, college or postseason basketball. I'm all over.
It's just, dude, it's these guys and their money, and they're trying to chase chips instead of like
Yeah.
just developing.
All right.
That's what Minnesota did. Minnesota's developing, right?
That's right. You like to think that the arrow.
I mean,
is
the,
pointing up.
But
the
I
one
think-
deal they did was go get Gobert.
Yeah.
I mean, they may
They looked
have like
horrible
small
last year, but-
pieces here and there, but as far as like their stars, they drafted, right?
Yeah.
Cat they drafted, Edwards they drafted. So, anyway, what's on your mind?
No, I mean, let's wrap it up. We're getting a little long in the tooth. But since we have Bob here, let's see. Bob, who do you got in the finals for the NBA?
I got Boston, Denver. I think those are
Who you
by far
taking?
the two-best team. I'm gonna go Denver again.
How many
think-
games?
Denver in 6.
All right. We got an NFL season upon us. Give us your Super Bowl champion that's not Dallas.
Dallas. No. Okay. So it's too early. I never picked this early.
I know. That's why we're going to do it. I'll do it right behind you. And I
Okay.
can't pick the Eagles, and we'll go with Steve, and he can't pick the Pack.
I'm not picking that.
Let's go.
Don't be a smart ass, Steve.
Let's go Buffalo, Detroit.
Ooh, I like it. Nice. Nice.
I think there is definitely a Super Bowl hangover sometimes, and I do think the Eagles
Yeah.
felt some of that last year.
Yeah, that's
Um,
there too. Yeah, I get you.
Buffalo, it's going to be tough. I don't know who Josh Allen's thrown to, but I mean, I think Josh Allen is guaranteed for 11 wins a year.
Josh Allen has to get to a Super Bowl in his career, right?
You would think that that's where the path goes.
Sometime, some way.
And Detroit, I don't even like that Detroit pick, but I'll roll with that. We'll see how it turns out.
All right.
I don't think it's terrible.
No, not terrible. But
I don't think it's terrible.
No, it's not a bad move. It's not a bad move.
Like, fuck
I think. Oh, man, shit. Yeah, give me Detroit in the NFC. I'm hoping there's no more KFC or KC. I'm just done with KC.
yeah, I'm same way. Same way when Seattle was good for a while. New England's
Mhm.
good. I'm gonna hate. Bring on the hater.
Buffalo sounds really good, but I'm going to say Joe Burrow's back and they're going to blow up. Give me Cincy.
Like it.
I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to get a Super Bowl next year.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
That's only because I can't pick the Birds.
Man, I feel you.
But
I
they're
feel
gonna
you.
make it.
I'm going Niners, Houston.
Like it. Look at that.
Houston all in. I like the Houston move, man. That's a really good sneaky little pick.
And I'm going Houston.
Houston for a Super Bowl in year 2 with Ryan at the
Well,
helm.
I'm taking a shot at it. My problem with
DeMeco
Houston is
Ryans going to win a Super Bowl in year 2, huh?
my pick with Houston. My only doubt on them is last year they played a last place schedule.
Right.
This
Schedule's
year they
been
have
much
to play a
tougher.
first place schedule.
Correct.
Changes things.
It changes a lot of
Especially in the
things.
AFC, because guess what? You get Kansas City.
You get Kansas City, you get Miami, you get in Buffalo.
And the bottom of the AFC is bad.
Yeah.
Right. You're not getting the Broncos and
Yeah.
You don't
The
get
Patriots.
Bronco country. Let's ride.
You ain't getting that stuff. You're getting all the best. You're getting the best from the NFC. You're getting the best from the
I
AFC.
mean, I think a lot of that affected the Eagles last year too. They played that first round schedule and that first place schedule. That has a lot to do with it too. You know,
I like the Detroit thing. And Detroit went through that this year. They did that last place schedule. They went from like last to first kind of, and they did that last place schedule. And then last year they came in and like, oh yeah, man, we're playing a little bit tougher schedule. I mean, they go into KC opening night, win.
Yeah.
Big stuff. I mean, that's a big.
They should have beat Dallas, to be honest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, get out of here. I mean, they should.
That was
they
real
should've.
shitty.
They should have beat them. That was some bullshit. But I mean, they lost a couple games they should have won. Their playoff was good, but like, man,
I like it.
Niners aren't really losing anybody.
It's hard to come back.
Another year of Purdy development. I just like, God, it makes me hate saying this, but what C.J. Stroud did last year was incredible. And I
think it'll be harder this year for him.
I think the schedule will be too.
The sophomore slump.
But at the same time, they put another weapon there, and not just like a minor weapon piece. They it's like, hey, you've got very good talented wide receiver. We're gonna give you a true number one.
There's a lot more film on C.J. Stroud now, so you could bet.
Absolutely.
That changes a lot.
Absolutely,
it does.
You guys, I appreciate you inviting me back on the podcast. It was
awesome.
Anytime,
man.
Anytime, man. I'm glad to have you, Bob. It's been good. But yeah, man, we'll wrap it up. We got a couple predictions there at the end. Next week we will bring you some more NBA action. Also, maybe we'll finally touch on baseball.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, the NFL draft's over, so maybe we'll get over it.
I'm just gonna tell you, man. I'm done betting on Phillies. By the way.
I told you, man.
They burnt the shit out of me. Burnt the fuck out of me.
You bet them on the wrong day. You should have bet them today. They won 5-1.
I've got
beat the Padres on the road, by the way.
I've got a system I'm trying to work on. I've got something I like doing, and it's been good except for the fucking Phillies.
You bet them on the wrong days, bro.
That's right.
Well, I already know you're betting against the A's every fucking time in a parlay.
I bet against the A's. I bet against the White Sox.
White Sox are awful. They're gonna be unlovable losers this year.
You know, those like.
Although the White Sox did win 8-7 tonight, just so you know. Did you bet on the White Sox tonight?
No, I actually didn't bet anything today.
Good on you, buddy.
Didn't bet anything today.
Nice.
I'll talk to you off the air about what I'm doing.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, don't give everybody a shit.
Hell no, this is my winning strategy.
All right, man. Well, it's been a good week. Thanks for showing up, Bob.
It's been
fantastic shit, as always.
You'll be back.
I hope
we'll bring you.
Yeah. Until next week, man, we will go drink some more beer.
That's
yeah.
Right.
You like that? I like that.
Later.
That's good to me. Later.
Nah, my strategy. I was telling Bob about it, dude.